G'day, welcome to the Inforunners. I'm Execute. I'm joined today by John. How you doing, John?
I'm not doing too bad. Thank you for inviting me along just to keep you company.
Yeah, thank you. Well, Algared is on his way. He did say he'd be a little late though, because well, we can forgive him for. Oh, I just got a message from him. Just log it in. Oh, there you go. He'll be here shortly. I'm sure he'll make himself heard when he gets in. So yeah, we've got a fair bit to go over today, John. There's a couple of things that dropped while I was sleeping, but we'll go over that when Algared gets here. We managed to get you a ticket to CitizenCon finally as well. For those of you that don't know, John's who I'm going to be staying with in merry old England. So yeah, you happy about that, John?
I'll let you know in a couple of months' time.
After I've left. Oh god, what a pain in the ass he was. Yeah, I said got rid of him. Yeah. Yeah, no doubt. Right.
Well, yes, because I'll be able to keep you quiet.
Oh, challenge accepted, I think. No, I'm pretty quiet usually. I'm probably just more talkative when I'm around people, you know. I think we're all a little bit like that, especially as we get older, but we'll see how that goes. Right. Just doing the usual housekeeping. As I tend to do when Algared is talking to you guys, but he's not here today, so I'll be multitasking. Right. And the bot. And we are done. Starting her up. And we are good. Alright, housekeeping done. Right. Yeah, Algared will be here soon. He sent me a message, so he won't be too far away. But yeah, he got home late last. Well, I'll let him tell his story if he wants to tell it when he rocks up. But yeah, from what he told me on the phone yesterday, seems pretty good. Right, John, did you see anything at all about Star Citizen in the last 24 hours?
No, I've been watching MotoGP, mate.
Ah, okay. So you must be a fan of the pedigram then?
No, not really.
No? Oh, I thought you'd be.
No, I don't do
racing,
racing, mate.
but you watch it. Wouldn't that mean
Well, yeah.
who they're making those ships for? Because I've got a massive feeling that ship just landed like with the almighty thud of you know a corpse.
The thing is, if it's on four wheels, I'll race it.
Yeah, well, again for the ship though, I haven't seen anyone like every streamer that I logged in. No one was flying it. No one. So it's yeah, it's just to me, it's just yeah, just.
Now I watched somebody flying it.
Yeah, who?
Noob.
Noobifier.
And
okay.
No, Daily Noob.
Oh, Daily Noob, right? Okay.
And fast in a straight line, but it wasn't very agile compared to the other ships around it.
What I concluded from our look into it, and we got data from EchoBit that did a whole bunch of extensive testing, was essentially its niche is its boost speed in SCM. You know, so it's not the fastest, like the Herald's faster as an example in navigation mode, but in SCM, like it just accelerates like crazy. So yeah, I don't know what that means. Again, it's like, why would you want to go faster in the slower mode? There must be something there that we're not seeing yet, you know. So,
I thought the Peregrine was racing.
Yes, it is. But why would you want it to go faster in the slower mode? You get my point, right? So,
yes,
there's obviously something there that we haven't added yet.
He's got no weapons, has he?
Yeah. Yeah. Paul was talking about his very favorite ship last night. He suggested that the content creators get together and come up with a similar list. Maybe COG would notice. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff that COG look at more stuff than even I realize. Not saying they're watching right now, but they do watch a lot of a mix of everybody's stuff, and they're out there looking for new people and that as well. So, yeah, we'll see how it goes. All right, I think Algared's in the channel with us now. He's just got to unmute himself, so he's obviously still getting his pants on, or his tie, whatever he's doing. but he'll be with us shortly.
He's holding up his pants with his toy.
Yeah. Well, I haven't switched the camera over to 2 people. When he talks, I'll flick it over for him. So yeah. Okay, sorry, I'm just looking at it. Someone posted me a meme. Right. I'm kind of just waiting for Algared to get here so we can talk about this stuff. So hurry up, Algared. We're spinning our wheels waiting for you.
I'm
there he is.
here.
Yeah. How you feeling?
I'm alive.
You on camera yet?
I am, but you're... There you go, see?
There you go. Cool.
Oh,
Good evening, Al. How the devil are you?
well, I'm alive, which is always better than I was a few days ago. I felt a few days ago.
Do you want to tell people what
Well,
happened, or you want to keep it to yourself?
No, well, it's not that secret. I spent another few days in hospital due to a repeat of the first time, so... yeah, wasn't that much fun. I did have a award citizen event where one of the guys who lives locally wanted a chat Star Citizen. And I said, look, I can't do voice. I'm in hospital. He said, oh, which hospital? And it was a hop, skip, and a jump for him. So he came by and talked shit with me for an hour or two on one of the days, which broke the boredom. So that was great.
Yeah, and he sent me a message afterward, letting me know how you're okay and stuff.
Yeah, well, because at that point in time, the one section of a hospital I was in was absolutely a dead zone.
Okay.
So I think it had 2 bars of internet power and 0 bars of phone. So it was
I was going to say, were you talking about your cell phone or the patients?
well, where I was, there was a screamer. So yeah, it was interesting.
Oh, yeah, I had a screamer. The first time I went in with this one,
Yeah.
yeah, there was a screamer then too. It was a 95-year-old little old lady.
Yeah.
And little sweetest little thing you could imagine, and just the most foulest demon. And I'm talking like cursing and swearing and going mental at the nurses, and I'm like, she has lost it.
Yeah. Oh, I had someone who was who I think had needed to be restrained for their safety and everyone else's, but I think every second word that I've ever heard from their mouth was F you. And I was like, oh, man.
Same with this little old lady. It was crazy. I've never seen anything like it, but yeah.
And then I'd switch, please get me a drink of water, or please do this, and then very soon afterwards it was back to F you, and I was like, oh man.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was an interesting. That was interesting.
All right. Well, this is the first thing we're going to talk about today, so I'll flick it over.
Yeah.
They have redone the website, believe it or not.
Mm-hmm.
And it's completely different. Oh, not completely different, but it's changed quite a bit. And I can see why they've made the changes they've made, but obviously there's going to be some teething issues. So essentially they've almost made it better for new users, but a little worse for veteran users, where, excuse me, a lot of the options are basically based around getting you to where you need to go as quickly as possible, but like the advanced stuff like a step back. And I'll give an example. So if you go to the pledge store, you've got game packages, ships, paints, and merchandise, which is obviously these are their big money earners, and then everything else is in other. So your actual ship upgrades are no longer a predominant. I would argue ship upgrades needs to be out here separately. It's almost like from a sale point of view, they're hiding that, which because we've taught people over their ages not to not to buy ships at cash value, buy an LTI token and or a small token ship and then build up. Yeah. But it also encourages new people to buy ships outright. No, you don't want to do that. Well, they want to do that. But yeah, that's the biggest thing I don't agree with. But you can see it even on the normal website. They've done it as well. So it's definitely streamlined. They brought the shows and the community front and center, which is interesting to see. It is definitely cleaner. and
It looks
simpler.
looks less cluttered and junky and stuff.
Yeah. Well, John, what's your thoughts on that, man?
Well, but I don't really. I'm not really bothered what they do with it because I know what I'm looking at. But as you say, for newer players, they're going to need people like you and Al to tell them about other ship upgrades.
Well,
Otherwise, they're going to be just spending money.
It won't
They
be
don't
just,
need to.
Yeah, no, don't look at me and just me and Algared. I look at like.
Well, no,
say
I
us
just
two
gave you
drop
two
dead
as an example.
Yeah, but if us two drop dead tomorrow, like even normal people, like they're gonna have it's gonna be beholden on their friends that know about the game. So yeah, I kind of worry from that perspective.
Well, every newcomer I've had in the game, I've told them about ship upgrades anyway.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
I'm going to have to go and have a look, because one of the things when I first came was that idea of trying to use the website to get the information I wanted so I could make informed purchasing decisions. Oh, wrong I was.
Yeah.
I know it sounds really weird, but my original purchases were a Constellation followed by an Aurora, because I wanted a ship for me and my mates, but I hoped to be able to get into the game. I failed. Because they don't like space games. And an Aurora, so that was the ship I could use when I was by myself. And I figured, and all the blurb was saying these ships have interchangeable parts, and that's why I went for them. That's why I went for the Aurora. The Constellation was it, because that looked.
Just real quick, Algared. Why Algared's talking here? Get your questions in. We've actually only got one question. I was really surprised. So yeah, if you got some questions, guys, get them in. You're saying, Algared? The Constellation and the Aurora being interchangeable?
So I really like the Constellation because it was, great for a group, great for a small group, great for a party-sized group. Usually MMO-sized party, 4 to 6 people. And
which Constellation?
Back then, mate, there was only one.
Yeah.
Oh, all right then.
And
there was only the Constellation.
Yeah, and it hasn't changed, to be honest with you. The Andromeda is still the best one.
The Andromeda was the Constellation, and you had the 2 turrets. You had so that's 2 people. You had the pilot, the co-pilot. That's 4 people plus your P-52. That was a great ship for a party of 4 to 5 people. Great, awesome, great MMO ship. And then you had the Aurora, which was a great little 1-person ship that could do the same types of things. Interchangeable parts. Docking ports that match. Awesome, fantastic. That's the ship. But the stuff about interchangeable parts, that was just in-game fluff. And that was I think that was the problem with the site in terms of being law-based and law kind of stuff, which is great. But you want your marketing to actually give that really clear, this is what it is, this is what it does. Information, so you can make an informed decision.
Yeah, well, on that marketing point, right, you would almost think you'd want ships front and center, but they've got game packages. And unlike the game packages, when you click on the game packages, it takes you into this screen that we're used to. When you click on ships, it goes to here, which I think is a really bad idea, because these are dark ages. Nobody goes in here to buy this shit anymore. I haven't been there in a really long time. But they are, they're not good.
Well, for new players, going to the starter packs does make sense. If you don't want those 2 starter packs they put up, going to all the starter packs makes sense, because that's all the.
But also, Algared, though, these game packages. Some of these is what's caused all the drama. Like you get down here and you see things like this, and people.
Yeah, the Nomad Jackal with the armor and in there as well.
Yeah.
I hope that for the sake of new people, the starter packs just literally have the base packs rather than showing all the big packs as well, because it's about those big massive packs that actually stagger people and make them go, I can't afford that game. Well, so I think if I'd seen those prices to start with, I'd have been shocked and pulled away as well.
Yeah, well, it's got the representation that you've got to buy all these ships, and that's just not true. That's the reason why it's kind of a bit that way now is if you want to play with those ships now, you kind of need to buy them because they're harder to earn in game. But as for the the actual final game, you'll be earning up and going up. You can't see these packs without concierge. That is technically true. Yes, he has. Lemming does have a point there. So we'd only see up to the constellation.
Yeah. And that is, yeah, thanks, Lemming, because I'd forgotten that as well.
Yep.
But, and the constellation, that's a good end ship to look at. You know, you look at that as a starter pack. That is a really good multiplayer ship to start with. And I think you can see from that list of ships, you know, you got the Connie, the Freelancer, and the Cutlass. And they were really the 3 ships that went into the multiplayer gameplay. The Cutlass with you and your mate, the Freelancer that had 4 seats, you know, and then the Constellation with the 4 seats plus the P50, or, you know, the 2 seats, the P50, or 3 seats, 2 turrets, and a P52. So you could see that way they were initially at least thinking of party sizes and just to clear the confusion up, because there's some people in chat saying certain ones they think they're available. Any that have this lion head pack icon, that's the icon for concierge. So none of these 5 at the bottom. So there's 8 there. There's none. So it literally is from the Connie back. Yeah.
And I could probably log out to show you, but I can't be bothered because I know I'm right. I know I'm right in that respect because I've done this long enough. So yeah, any with that concierge logo it's concierge. It's just that simple.
So and that's telling you that you need to have spent over $1,000 to get that. So
yeah.
100% right there, X.
Yeah. All right, so there's a couple other things I want to go through. Yeah, get your questions in. We've only got 5 questions so far, so we've got some other things. So there's actually also a surprise jump down sale. And I did have a bit of a chuckle when I scrolled down here, and the first ship I saw was this. They should have just called it the Morphologist sale or something like that. It would have been that was the first thing. Like,
I think
he's never not going to be known for this ship now. That's the irony.
I think. Since he came out and complained, you know, and I think there was I understand his complaint at the time, and I think it was a fair cop.
I think it was more of a frustration.
Yeah, well, that's right. It was a frustration, you know, and you could see that. But I think it was a fair cop. Yeah. That you've got this event where this ship just comes along and just nukes,
blows everybody up.
Yeah. Well, there's no real counter to it yet. You know what I mean? Like the only real thing that can kind of go toe to toe with this is the Hammerhead. You know, again, if you actually look at both of them, they essentially have the same guns, but the Hammerhead guns can point everywhere. These things are all down. So you almost need a fully crewed Hammerhead to go toe to toe with this thing at the moment. In hindsight, though, with the Polaris coming. And I'd also say that you could probably, if you had a Retaliator or 2, you could counterman this as well. But not a lot of people fly Retaliators or Eclipses. You know what I mean? You probably need the Retaliator though for the 6 bombs, but you get my point, right? And torpedoes are not the most reliable,
stable.
Stable that too. So yeah, there's just not a lot to counter it right now. And they all died, and then they came at me, and because my guns couldn't shoot straight up, an arrow literally just flew right up above me and just came, because also there's a limit on the range of the guns, and then just came directly down from above, which in the final game would not be so easy to do because of atmosphere. You wouldn't be able to just fly a ship straight down like that. You'd have to kind of hover it down, and
especially in the way they've talked about thrusters and all that working. And if you're doing that, then you're using a lot more of your thrusters to keep you up. So you're going to use more fuel, which is going to be more dangerous, blah, 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 blah.
But that said, the rest of these ships, I would say they're pretty on point for Jumptown. You know, combat and cargo, same again. C2 definitely, Corsair definitely, Cutlass Black. The Neil Hornet, even just for 2, you know, because it's got the cargo thing. I would, again, F7A would be better at this, but the Lightning would definitely be in there. These are all ships I've seen at Jumptown, and I think you two would agree, and the tanks as well. Haven't seen the Prowler, though. Have either of you ever seen a Prowler at Jumptown? I haven't. Let me know in chat if this is why is the Prowler in here? It's an alien ship, but it's the only one here. And I'm like, what? They must have data about what ships turn up at Jumptown, but I've never seen. Have you seen one, John? Ever at Jumptown?
Yeah, I took one to Jumptown.
There you go, he's taken one.
Yeah, so it's John's fault, right? Okay.
Redeemer.
The Redeemer. I've definitely seen these. I've definitely taken these. Spartan, as I said, I think is the worst of the three. I would have definitely seen the most common I've seen is the Ballista, and then the Citroen. The Spartan, again, it's all on foot. It just don't make no sense. I have not really seen Storms or Storm AAs, but I can see why they're in this sale because they want to sell more of them. Again, another poorly received item. It sounded awesome until it dropped into game, and then it just landed with the thud of nothing. This gun needs updating. We all know that. Anyway.
I can see the Ursa being there.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Put it in a vehicle and you can respawn. It just makes it safer. So, yeah, an interesting selection there. Note, though, all these will be available at AIE, but it is an interesting opportunity to pick up things like the Spirit still, because they took them out of store and now it's straight back in again. But, again, if you want to get the skin for the Spirit because it won... I'm trying to see if there's anything else here. I think it was just the
any of your military type ships.
the F8 as well. Interesting. Hang on a second. Does that mean you can just buy it now? You don't actually need the
golden ticket?
Yeah, I'm curious.
I thought they were doing the golden ticket again.
They are doing the golden ticket again, but they haven't just had it openly on a page like that, John. Like I've never seen it for sale. Like I can't.
Do you have a golden ticket?
Yeah, but that just says flight ready, so you can't buy it.
Yeah, you can't. Buy it.
Yeah,
you
true.
Can't buy it. He's right. He's right. But again, it'd be nice to see for the new people. And now, for some reason, I cannot get back to the other page. It won't even go backwards. But it definitely broken. Tested and broken. Jumptown, there we go. This one. Oh, you can't click on it. Are you serious? You can't right click? Wait, yes you can. There we go. Alright, so there's Jumptown. But, yeah, I don't know. Is any of those you think people are going to take people up on? Like, I've been more inclined to wait to AIE where I can pick up LTI. Again, in this lull period, you're dealing with us more hardcore people. I don't see it, personally.
Yeah, if you're really dying to get one of those military ships, you know you're going to spend the cash and you're looking for you know you need credits down the line, then yeah. But like you said, you're better off waiting until you can pick up an LTI token and then upgrade to those ships that you want, because all of those ships are going to be available during IAE. So yeah.
I don't know if you know, but you know how we did an FMF with Billing? He's in chat right now. He went ahead and basically showed his entire fleet on screen and then talked about it for 45 minutes. Son of a bitch.
45?
Yeah, 45 minutes. He talked. No, he talked about whether he should get a Kraken or a Kraken Privateer, but he had the fleet up on screen, so he's just giving the whole game away. I was like, oh, son of a bitch. No, it's fine. It's fine. But yeah, don't do it again. No, it's fine. But he went back and he started questioning whether he should get a Kraken or a Kraken Privateer, and then he also wants to get rid of the Bandit Merchantman. And after, I don't want to kill the punchline because obviously the episode hasn't come out yet. But I think he forgot about a lot of what we talked about. Especially, like, again, go back to your top 3 billing. You know,
and go back to the things you said you intended to do.
Yeah, when I looked at it, like, Privateer was top and center for you. And again, it's in your top 3. You can use the Bandit Merchantman to go down to planet. You can't do that with a Privateer. Remember how we kept to talk about dovetailing? And you actually had a lot of ships that worked together really, really well, and they all synchronized. That was what was so impressive about how your fleet was. Like, you had backups to everything, and dovetailing and replacements and things like that, and it worked really, really well. And not and a lot of the backups had multi-uses. That's what was so good.
Yep.
So they weren't redundant because they were duplicates. They were, they were a backup to 4 other ships, and it made a lot of sense. And again, the Banner Merchantman is the backup to that Pioneer. What happens when that goes down? And there will be some time where it's down, and how long is it going to take to get back? And what's your stopgap for that? The Banner Merchantman. And the Banner Merchantman's also the only kind of luxury ship. You know, the other ships that you brought up, again, we really don't want to fix my fleet again here. Remember, that's a luxury ship as well. So, yeah. We'll talk to you. It sounds like we need to talk to you again anyway.
He does say in chat, I've done that about 30 times already. putting his fleet up on the screen and talking about it.
Yeah, again, once the episode's up, you'll be able to go back and watch it again and again. And we hear that from a lot of people that we've done them with. They go back and it just reinforces everything they learned in that episode. And that's kind of the best part about it for them, is it's just a recording, so they can just go watch it and relearn the things that they forgot.
Yeah, I think part of it is also just sharing it with his community and saying, hey, this is what I've got.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know,
but from my point of view, when I was watching it, I'm like, he's not sure. He's forgotten the things that we told him, and it was almost like you were doubting yourself. And I that was the part of it that I didn't enjoy. It was like, oh, okay, so we didn't do a good enough job. We've got to get a hammer and bang it in.
Again, it's we try to help. We try to help people work out where what their focus is.
Yeah.
And if your focus does change, if your top 3 change from what you said, then that does change the makeup of your fleet. So
yeah, what do you call it? Overthinking it. That's kind of what I thought he was doing. Because we whittled it just so people know. It turned out to be the longest FMF, but not only that, the longest episode we've ever done. So when it drops, you'll know what one it is. But
that's because you changed the format. You decided we'll mix it up. We'll change the format.
That's my fault. Yeah, but I didn't know billing was. I didn't know billing was an Algared 2.0 before it. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, it was. Oh, this was a fleet that it's almost got the tick of approval from front runners. There's nothing we can do. So we'll just go through it, talk from top down.
Yeah.
Now, quick question for you two.
Yeah.
How many people do you think go back and look at those episodes they're in?
Oh, we hear this a lot. People that. Even when we kind of morph, like this is like 2-3 years ago, people going, oh yeah, I just go to work and I just put those things on loop and watch them every day to drill that shit, and it still baffles me.
I just put it on and just listen to it and just listen to the conversation as to reasons why X, Y, and Z. So
I've never rewatched mine.
Well, maybe you should. Maybe we'll do an updated one for you if you want.
Yeah.
No.
Right.
No.
No, not again.
No, I'm quite happy with what I got.
No, stop! Make him stop. Yeah.
See, and that's why you don't need to rewatch was because you're happy with what you ended up getting.
Right, yeah, that's it.
So
I've got some things that you got rid of.
What did we got rid of some of the smaller ships, but you got loaners, and you'll be able to earn them back really quickly. I remember that was a lot of it. It was because you're like me, you don't have a lot of money, John. So it was about maximizing what you can get for the money. And that's what,
I don't know. I spent a fair bit now.
Well, that happens when you follow a game.
A fair bit as well.
Yeah, that's what happens when you follow a game for 10+ years. You know, like I originally probably put in a couple of hundred, but now I'd be getting up towards the $10,000 mark. But you do that's $1,000 a year, and I don't know a single man my age that wouldn't put $1,000 into a hobby a year. You know what I mean? So it's not a big expenditure, and I'd almost argue I've put more into other games in shorter periods of time. And what I mean by that is like I didn't put in as much, but what I mean is in like a 6-month period, I put more in.
In that 6-month period?
Yeah, in a percentage, you know?
Yeah.
All right, we've got another thing to talk about. So on... after last week's show, I've got to go back up to this. So obviously I posted this on Twitter after we talked about it last week. And Paul and a few other people posted it. But then CIG come back at us, or come back at the community. This was posted yesterday. And I know you two have seen it. I'll play it once with the sound on. It only goes for 16 seconds.
So, where do you want it?
Ripley.
So, yeah, I think that pretty much confirms pretty much everything. And there's lots of little things in here to talk about. Obviously, the first thing that just jumped out at me was it's called Atlas, but without the second A.
Yep. The thing that also stuck out to me was her comment.
Yeah, hang on. Right there. But yeah, go ahead, Algared, sorry.
Her comment is, where do you want it?
Which is the line from Aliens.
Yeah, but it's also a cargo loader. And if you remember the jump point I showed you, the very last page.
Mm-hmm. I went through that with Paul too while you're away, and he said, yeah, it could be seen that way, but it could also, and I said exactly the same thing. But I don't disagree with you. But I think the other thing is this doesn't confirm who the manufacturer is, so you're not exactly right yet. So yeah.
But it kind of does hint that we.
Yeah. And we went through that on stream. Like if I didn't think there was any merit to it, I would never bring it up on stream, would I, Algared? So I agree with you. Yeah, I agree with you. So I do think it's interesting they've called it Atlas, or they're leaning the ATLS or ATL5. No, it's S. It's definitely S. So yes, I did have to go upside down to read that, by the way.
Yeah, I was thinking S, and I was thinking that looks like an Atlas, but
so there's no A.
Yeah, but I think that's the compromise they've made, because they stupidly called it the Anvil Atlas platform for the Spartan, Ballista, and Centurion. And at the time, me and Algared are like, "Are you insane? They're Titan suits. Why don't you name them after Titans?" And Bay 12, please. Absolutely, Jacob. Alice, on your Discord leaks channel, not a leak though. Let me have a look. It still is the same design though, Algared. I don't know if you noticed that from way back when, with as it gets towards the end, it actually when it walks, it does that turkey. See that? The turkey stand and that. So yeah, it's definitely the same.
I wonder how quick it will move.
Well, that's the question, isn't it? I think we'll probably get different ones. Like I've had a few people asking me. Like I was on Mongrel Squad's watching him on Twitch last night before bed, and he was saying like, what would I expect the default drop to be? And I basically said I'm pretty sure it would be ones that have gameplay in the game right now. So cargo, combat, and then I think we'll see spin-offs after that. Like medical's at a place you probably could do one if you wanted to, but I think the medical would more likely, because I got a lot of kickback on this when I said it, Algared, but I think you'd probably agree with me. It would be, why would you do a medical one, right? Other than just the hand tool. And I was like, well, if you could have some kind of surgical thing that you carry with you, like almost like a portable operating room type of thing, so it somehow fixes people up, so it can carry something that, you know what I mean, like a. You know what I'm saying, Algared? Or you
I could see it being more. You're doing a medical. It's got the pen. It's got a little rack, so it's almost like an evac vehicle. But the two that struck me as easily working for gameplay were salvage and repair. And I was just thinking of taking one of those into Jumptown as you were going through one of those salvage missions where you got to go in and salvage stuff. Yeah, you could actually go in. Use your tools. You've got the big pack on the pack, so you can actually carry more.
Tell me what you think of this, Algared. I made a meme. I don't know if it was good or not. It's probably bad.
Here's a question for you while you're showing that.
That's not. Sorry, John. That's not digital. That's a real turtle making that face.
He's obviously knowing there's a cricket coming.
Yeah. But he's like, it's real funny because he's almost like a sloth, so he's like,
You ever seen a turtle move?
Yeah.
When it's going for something. We used to have budgerigars and finches years ago in an aviary.
Yeah.
My dad had 2 goldfinches, and one finch went missing one day. Now we also had a turtle, just a little turtle sitting in the pond. Goldfinch went missing, couldn't find holes anywhere. And another day saw another finch come down to the water, and in lightning fast, oof, the turtle this little turtle grabbed a bird and ate the whole thing. Nothing was left. Just.
There's a few people that dropped this one as well. Just the dancing mech. Anyway.
Okay, back to my question.
Yeah, sorry, John.
When that suit comes out, do you think NPCs are in bunkers and DCs when you're doing those missions will have suits as well?
Eventually. Because if you think about it, I actually think the way they're going to limit them is it's like a vehicle, right? They're not going to be able to go everywhere because they're too big.
Yep.
You can't take an Ursa inside as an example, right?
Oh.
They have to build environments for them, essentially.
It's like D&D. It's like D&D, right? You have a giant. The giant cannot go into small buildings or small spaces. This is effectively a giant character. It can't go into the small spaces.
But you can take an Ursa into DCs.
Yes, but it can't go everywhere. It can't go upstairs.
But even in even in DCs, there's areas they can't go though. So everything's going to have strengths and weaknesses, right?
Yeah.
And the way when I first talked to the military guys about this was I almost assumed that these are a little bit like tanks, but for inside. But also, why can't they make one? I hate to say this after what happened with the Pentagram, but why can't they make one that's literally about running? So it's designed to, think of those situations. Military guys, when I talked to them about it, brought this up, like a scouting one, right? So you put it on so you can be less detected than a vehicle, but it just moves incredibly fast, so you don't get caught out when you're on foot. You know what I mean? So it's designed to just zoom across, and it could just have like one weapon on it that's like a sniper rifle. You know what I mean? And so I could totally see that from a military perspective. Well, hell, we've got a racer. Was it the LX or whatever it is, the black one, or is it the ES? I've got to always stuff up those type names, but it's designed for scouting, and it doesn't even have. It's mainly visual scouting. It doesn't even really have that big of a scanner compared to other ships. It's just designed to get in, get a visual look, and get out.
Now,
I could totally see that in a Titan suit.
Here's a thought. How well will they be able to drop down from space?
I know you're going to go there, but you've reminded me of something, so I'll just write it down.
And the reason I ask that is we know we're not going to get the military nails. CIG have always said we wouldn't get that. The military's dropship version. But and my understanding is the nails were basically, they'd bring down the unarmored type, a guy not in a Titan suit. But what if these things could actually have retros, so you could actually drop them from certain heights and they could actually land and
you're now 2 steps behind where I was last night before I went to bed. So
you'd have thrusters on them to help you land.
Yeah,
potentially. So what I went to remember people talked about a ship to drop them, and then I went 2 more steps after that. I went ironclad, and then I went, hang on a minute, Drake Corvette.
Yeah,
and I went, I wonder, Titan suits coming. Would they make new ship for? And how big would it have to be? And you see where I went pretty quickly, right?
Well, yeah. And that kind of fits with the Drake, the old Drake image of, like the abomination of the front capsule of the Drake Caterpillar module, the idea of having a people launcher. Yeah. The one that shot people off at the door, kind of doing a Star Trek. Let's fly forward, and if we hit the door, we're right. But if we don't hit the door, we're mush.
Yeah, so that, again, it would essentially be almost like a Drake version of the Ironclad Assault. And what I mean by that, again, couldn't you just put this on the Ironclad Assault? This is where I went, so I've kind of gone full circle. Come back and eating my own idea. What do they call it? That snake that eats itself. God, I've forgotten the name of it now. But yeah, I've done that.
Kish Kid in chat says Retaliator, because we do know Retaliator did have the drop suit modules with the, I think, Titan suit recharge points apparently originally. So
and they did mention other modules too that we'll see in the future.
So that's another thing.
Absolutely.
Here's
have
another.
I not somewhere that those suits come in a box anyway?
I haven't seen anything to that effect, John.
The only thing I've ever seen they opened up out of a box was the Dragonfly when they were first showing it off, and it was in the container section of a broken Starfarer.
So just real quick, Gunther Stoop is trying to look at it as an acronym, so ATLS, and he called it an Advanced Titan Loading Suit. Well, the thing that we're hearing is that they're not called Titan suits. That's something I've been hearing. Paul's heard that as well. That apparently that was an initial name, but they've moved away from that. So I'm wondering if they're going back towards exosuits, which is the original thing. But again, we'll find out in time. It's
Advanced Transport Loading System.
Yeah. Yeah, it could be
Advanced Transport Cargo System, ATCS.
Well, he also in his little acronym there, you can see he made it combat suit as well. So yeah, you could have different acronyms for different suits. I hope that is not the way they're going though, because quite honestly, it was really, I don't know. I just love the idea of them being named after Titans. I just thought that was really, because when you sit there and think of all the pantheon of Titans, you could literally almost make one for every single one. And Atlas is clearly the Titan.
So Luna Maria is saying that Paul was saying yesterday in his channel that they were Titan suits, or called Titan suits. So look, if they go exosuits like they used to say, or they're Titan suits, it's irrelevant. I don't think they've ever. I don't think they've ever said in law. I don't think it's ever been stated in law from memory. Paul may have dug something up and found out, but certainly when they used to talk about it, it was like way back in the early planning stages. I think we've only ever seen the initial talk, and I can remember them talking about, they're big enough to click on a size 1 ship weapon to them, so you could actually use them in that regard. But here's a question for you, John. What about a mining variant?
Yeah, well, we've already said that. Well, yes, instead of the rock.
Yeah.
Right. Have that, and you can carry as much in that as you could in a rock, and it'll be easier to get to and from wherever you're going. Just walk straight into the back of Cutty Black.
Obviously,
or something similar.
Obviously, the difference would be speed. So a rock would be faster. So if you're traveling over further distance, you take the rock. But if you're like landing right outside the cave, you would take the Exo Titan suit, or whatever it's going to be. End up being called.
Or you take whatever you've got.
Yeah. That's
well, I would take that into a cave over the Rock DS.
Yeah.
But as we said, Algared, and we've said many times, I think you'll eventually see everything, like every type of ship and we're going to see every type of vehicle. I think we'll see every type of Titan suit. I think it is literally another class of vehicle between essentially ground vehicles and human
foot
beings.
Soldiers.
Yeah, foot soldiers.
Yeah. That's a good point from Marmar Mosat, or whatever his name is.
Yep, absolutely.
Refueling rearm variants.
Again, this power loader could be doing that.
Yep.
It's just taking any of the cargo in your hangar and outfitting it onto your ship. We saw that in Aliens, where they were using it to load missiles, load boxes, and all that. This will probably be the most common variant in the game. Let's not beat around the bush. But all the others would start to go off into specialities, like, as I said, medical, mining, salvage. And when we talk about military, I think there'd be quite a few different military variants. A scout. We also theorized different, not just different tech, but different levels of armor, like ones that are really light and nimble.
Yeah. And
ones that are like really heavily armored, that are essentially almost like a dreadnought from Warhammer.
You can just look at the variants you get in what's the game? Mech Wars. In the Mech Wars games. Or in the Mech Wars series. The different variants you get in those are Legion. So there's plenty that CIG can draw from just from a military aspect. And then they've got they can go the same way with mining, salvage, repair, almost every other profession that I can think of. You could go literally the same way. So, yeah, I can see it.
Zarek is telling us not to mention racing Titan suits, but they've mentioned it on several things, so it may be a thing. Not that I'm interested in that, but again, especially if you have what do you call it? The Daymar rally. They would end up doing a category that's just Titan suits running across Daymar.
Yep. Yeah, I could see that. I could even see, using Titan suits, certainly the repair Titan suits in pit crews. But I know that's something that we want to bring into Crux Cup eventually, is not necessarily having people go into the hangars as pits, but actually having the option to go to your support ship as your pit crew, and get changes or repairs or things. So
even in soldier crews too, like I said, with the tank going in, you'd have one member that's in a Titan suit, and he's like the heavy, or essentially becomes like the heavy gunner, and then all like you saw in World War II, a lot of normal troops would move with the tanks to cover the tank, and they'd cover each other. I reckon it'd be exactly the same thing with the Titan suit.
Yeah, like I could see Titan suit supporting the vehicle, but then you're going to have infantry supporting those, because again, there's going to be a limitation. It'll either be you can't, your field of vision's limited, or you're significantly slower. But yeah, they'll be balanced to a Titan suit versus an infantry squad. But
there's a lot of questions that are coming in. So just if you want to put in a question into the chat, make sure you put question in it. But I will answer this one for Cyrus, because I can see where he's going with it. Cyrus says, do you think that they will make it modular with different arms, or will have variants? Again, they can go anywhere they want, but more likely it's not going to be just one manufacturer. You're going to see quite a few different manufacturers and styles and different levels of tech. As we've kind of stated, it's going to be almost as robust as ships as a category, then ground vehicles a category, suits will be another one before you get down to human beings, and you kind of see that already. Like if you look at repair and salvage and mining, you have hand tool stuff, you have vehicle stuff, and then you have ships that do it, and then even the ship scale. So it's this whole, it's just like real life. The smaller something gets, the more of them are. So let's look at vehicles. Little cheap cars are more prevalent, and then as you go up through luxury cars to trucks and semi trucks and aeroplanes and rocket ships and all the way up, they get fewer and fewer. Like that's why there's only one Starship, because it's expensive and it's big. So you get my point. You right there, Algared? You on quiet on me?
Yeah, I'm just looking. I've got someone. Someone called Echo posted in chat saying, I posted in Inforunners general chat, do you want to add a warning about these types of things that pop up? And it was a link from pointing to the 5-star Citizen Alpha UEC 24/7 instant delivery.
Yeah, so someone's trying to do that. But again, because of that's not done by us, that's done by YouTube. So you've clicked on a Star Citizen channel, so it's feeding you Star Citizen ads. We have no control of that.
But they're saying, do you want to do a warning against that? Because
it wouldn't come up for me. I'm in a different country, so I didn't, until you told us we weren't prevalent. But
so
again, don't buy Alpha UEC.
Yeah, well, I think that's what he's wanting us to do. If you're getting those types of warnings or types of ads, don't buy Alpha UEC. It's insane. There will eventually come a time when Alpha UEC is no more, because we've just gone to regular UEC. You never know when they're going to do a reset and wipe our Alpha UEC, or wipe the ships that we bought, or do whatever. So I just think it's nuts to do that.
I'm more likely just not to talk about them, because then it gives them free advertising. So I could open this link and talk about it. And it's what you're saying, it's a USA-based company. That doesn't make it any better.
No.
You're going to lose that stuff anyway. So,
Yeah.
Just report the ad if you see it. You're the ones that that are in the control there, not us.
Yep. Just report the ad, absolutely, because it's likely a scam. And if it's not a scam, well,
it's not in good taste either, because you're only getting something.
I could cope more if it was just regular UEC.
Yeah.
But not Alpha.
There's so much
know.
money around now anyway. Like, there's always people that got money. Like, there's such people that just sit in chat and go, give me money. Give me money. You know,
And people
so,
just chuck it. Yeah.
shut
Anyone
up.
got a spare thousand?
Yeah, shut up. Take a couple of million. Happy days. Get out of my face. You know, like the old what's the Con the grocer? What was his name?
Con the fruitier.
Yeah,
Con the fruitier.
Con the fruitier. Yeah, have a couple of days here. Get some oranges in
sure,
here.
right,
Tell your mum this should be all good. You guys won't know what the hell we're talking about, but trust me, it was funny back in the day.
Politically incorrect.
Yeah, as much as you could possibly be. But oh man, it was funny.
It's a bit like shut up in your face, you know.
Yeah, shut up your face. Yeah, a couple of days, you know. Yeah, it was funny as, but
so yeah,
long time ago. Yeah, man, that'd be like we're aging or something. That's
80s,
like 30,
80s.
Yeah, it was late 80s. So yeah, it would have been like 30, 35 years ago. Yeah,
Yep.
crazy. Right. I think that's just about everything I wanted to go through of the news. I think that's everything. Is there anything you wanted to go through? Okay, that's YouTube. That I don't have to go into that. All right. I think that's about everything. We can go in and do the questions now.
Yep.
And if you've got any questions for John, please feel free, because you know.
Yep.
Well, we don't have like this is going to be a very short stream. We've only got about probably 15 questions, so it's going to be real quick. Right. Number one, Luna Maria says, "Are you two still going to CitizenCon?"
Yes. I did confirm with my doctor, my specialist.
Are you okay to fly then?
My specialist said, and I quote, "Do not change your plans," unquote. Because I said, look, I'm supposed to be flying out in 3 weeks' time.
Yeah.
Is this going to, are these procedures or things you want done before I see you next going to impact? And he said, do not change your plans. So that was a nice,
yeah.
So
and I'll be going as well now.
So are you three going? Yeah, we three are going.
Yeah. So yeah, we're gonna sit down with Paul actually and have a discussion this weekend about presenting it, because now he's not going. We're gonna see if we can pull him in on it. So we'll see how that goes moving forward.
Yep.
We'll let you guys
Paul might be our news desk.
Yeah. Well, that's what we were thinking, weren't we? Like me and Algared are on the floor, and he's kind of like, well, we're like the weather reporter out in the rain, and he's at the news desk.
Just crossing live too.
Yeah. And we thought, well,
are you trying to say it rains always in England?
No.
Only as much as it rains in Melbourne.
Yeah, and Tassie.
Well.
But what we were thinking was like, because he's kind of like driving chat, you guys could literally ask things that you want to see, because you can never really control the camera when CIG has got a hold of it. So if there's something that you want to see, we can take you there and we could do polls. So like, do you want to see this next? Like one of the things Algared was talking about, and I said, I don't know if people would want to see that or not. And that's where the whole thing came out. Just ask people, because he was talking about maybe we show them what's in the goodie bag. And I said, well, some people might not want to see that, because it's like, that's just shit they're not getting, you know? So again, we can put it to you guys, and you guys can kind of just dictate a little bit where we go and stuff. So again, I want that. I wanted being on an island on the arse end of the world, completely as far away from this shit as you could possibly be. Trust me, and Algared's in the same boat, right? Even though he's in a capital city, is essentially, we know what it's like to miss out on all this shit, right? So when we go, we will like, well, this is for all the people that can't go. We want to take them with us, and you know, and if Paul's there with us, he can kind of, I don't want to say manage you guys, but he can kind of decode and, you know, focus on the chat and kind of pull you guys in, allowing us to go out and find what he wants to see and what you guys want to see and stuff like that.
But even some of the things, like I find the frustration when CIG is showing stuff. They might be showing something, and you think, just pan back a bit. No, go back. Let me have another look.
Yeah.
And they, we're off. You know, so.
Right. So Lemming's mentioning real quick. Sorry, I just want to show why I'm bringing this up. Is Lemming's mentioning something about a premium goodies bag. I didn't know there was 2 goodies bags. I thought it was just the one.
Yes, there's a VIP one and a standard one.
Where does it say
that? When you went in for the tickets.
Oh, yeah, but that's the tickets, not a...
Yeah, but the
Oh,
VIP
right.
tickets give you a premium bag.
Yep.
The other tickets just give you a standard bag.
Oh, that's what you're talking about. Yeah, sorry, I thought you were
Yep.
talking about the digital goodies. Yeah, I was going to say there's only one digital.
Yeah, I think the premium ticket gave you the signed
Yep.
the signed merch and or something like that, or the signed keepsake. I think it was.
Maybe we should give one of these away today. What do you reckon? What can we get chat to do? What do we have? Let's have a look at something like how many likes are on this video or something like that. Let's have a look. How many?
There's only 6 likes at the moment.
Oh, only 6 likes. What do you reckon? How many likes do you reckon, John? I'll let you kind of. What do you reckon? 100? 100 likes?
Well, let's have 73. My age.
Okay. Yeah, 73. Why not?
Now, I'm disappointed, John.
Yeah.
Not that you're
Why?
old man, but old man Art Corp.
Oh, here we go. You've
I
triggered
did-
him. You've triggered him. He's gonna.
He did not make this title.
Yeah, he did. He picked it. It was all John. Yeah, got nothing to do with me.
I know it was all you, John. I know it was all you. X would never do anything like that because X is such a upstanding citizen.
So the reason I called it an Old Man Art Corp is for the last 3 years, whenever I bloody play with him, he wants to, where are you? Oh, down in Art Corp. Every
Yeah,
time.
because and I know why, because Art Corp is that nice jump to get in between, between what is it, HURSTON and LT.
Well, he does all the mining stuff.
Too, and then you go to the
But
mining.
now he's
back in the day, the mining was the best from Art Corp area. From Arc L1, to be honest with you, but it's all changed now, so it doesn't matter where. If you're a miner or a salvager, you need to be on other planets now as well.
So you're now out of Microtech.
But lately, yes.
Yeah, well, I need to hit you up with my other mate, Pittsburgh Pete. He's always out of damn bloody Microtech as well. Freaking both the pair are insane. Must be a British thing, Eric. Oh wait, you're part British. Oh shit, that explains a lot. Yeah.
Yeah, but we're not British. We are English.
Okay, whatever you say. And his nose up at me. Yeah, it's all good. Right.
So you're an Anglo, are you? You're an Anglo or a Saxon?
Well, it could be a bit of both. But if you state you're English, you are stating you're a mongrel because we were overrun so many times in the past. It's unbelievable.
Yeah. So
I don't want to find out what my ancestry is, to be honest with you, because I wouldn't know where it would end.
I don't think you can turn your nose up at anyone based on what you just said.
Yeah. Well, the Angles are where we get the English from, the Angle land. So, so yeah.
All right.
Okay.
And the Saxons.
All right.
Well, the Saxons are,
Right. Socially confused. Asks.
Germany.
Socially confused asks, with the new mech loader coming, how much do you think it will affect the tractor beams or the mule? Will further restrictions be coming? Well, actually, it's funny you mention that because I was actually looking at this, and this is speculation on my part, but I don't know. I'll put it to you guys as well, and chat can join us as well. But that arm, it decisively looks like a snub.
Are you able to zoom in on that arm and pull it?
Probably not too well.
I know. I'm being a bugger for you.
Oh, you're talking
making you work.
Well, hang on. I'll go back to the one I sent you like 2-3 weeks ago. It was already zoomed in. So just give me a minute. And I'll find it. It'll probably be quicker.
Because I think that gives people a better ability to actually see it and see what you're talking about.
Okay, I didn't send it to you, so I don't know who I sent it to.
You didn't send it to me.
Yeah, I don't know who I sent it to.
And while you're looking at that, maybe we can answer, because we know as soon as the rifle tractor beam came in...
I haven't even answered the question. I told you what I was going to tell you yet, so I got cut off.
But I was going to say about the multi-tool, you've got such a short range on that now compared to what it was like because of the rifle tractor beam. So if this is coming in and it has a tractor beam on it, it's going to affect both of them.
Yeah, and to get back to what
in my opinion only.
Yeah. So what I was going to say is I don't think it's got a tractor beam on it.
You think it's a node for plugging stuff on?
No, I think it's magnetized. I think it's
cool.
So I think it's just a little nub arm, Right, you know how you see those little concertina rubber pieces? It's not exactly that, but it's similar to that, and I think it twists. Right, you can almost see the twist in it, and maybe a bit up and down, and obviously the arm goes up and down at the elbow. But I think this just pushes it into a box, magnetizes, and picks the box up.
That's a portable cargo grid. Got it. Yeah.
Yeah.
And essentially, that makes sense.
Yeah.
That would make sense.
And
to those people saying, "Welcome back to me," thank you, because I've seen it numerous times now pop up on the chat. So.
But the other thing is, I'm not sure, right? But just again, Algared and John and chat, I think it's only got one arm. Right? I know that sounds crazy, but like, so if you see where the number 8 is, right, and it almost looks like the shoulder goes up above the cab, does it not?
Yeah.
Right? It kind of gets cut off, but again,
you can't see it on the other side.
I don't think you can see it you can't see it on the other image either, because that is the top of the image. But yeah, you can't see it on the other side. So I think it's only got the one arm.
There was who sent it? Someone sent a shot from the video when it goes to the egg at the back. You can actually see the back of the Titan suit.
I would have to go back and find that.
Which I thought was an interesting one as well. So you kind of, as it pans, you get the Ursa, you've got the egg, the Ursa, and then behind the Ursa you've got the Titan suit, and I thought that was an interesting one, and that might give us a better answer to that question about the Titan suit, or the suit, or whatever it is.
Yep. To go to YouTube, I then have to mute the sound, and then.
Otherwise, you guys complain because you can't hear it because it gets garbled.
All right, so it's somewhere. No, it doesn't get garbled. It's just so you're saying.
Right.
That little frame, I saw it. I'm just going to pause it in the right spot. What I'll do is I'll slow it down. So you're talking about it does have it does have 2 arms. Yep. That's really...
So that's a Titan suit from the rear. So So I know in that first shot, it certainly didn't look like it.
Yeah.
And I didn't know whether you could see it on that, but I thought this one might give a better idea. And I think it does.
Well, I think it kind of confirms I was wrong there. It's definitely got 2 arms, but it's very hard. You can kind of see it, I guess.
It is very hard to see the top bit, where it's very clear on the other side that they're both exactly the same. But that one, it doesn't.
Yeah. But I often thought that either means like it's got 2 of the same arm and it could pick up 2 boxes, or one big box that hits twice.
Yep.
But yeah, because my first thought is, why the hell would this thing need a tractor beam? Right? And so
would that arm be interchangeable?
So what I'm trying to say is, I think this is a lower tech solution. This is not a tractor beam. You know how we talked about how like Origin would have a Titan suit and Drake would have one? So this is more I don't even know if it's a Drake level, but it's more mechanical based, where the tractor beam is more battery and energy based. This is more, like this would survive
this is more hydraulic fluids.
This would survive an EMP, but a tractor beam would not, as an example.
Yeah, that type of thought.
Yeah.
Now whether we're right on that, I think we are, but
again, there's just evidence of that now.
Yeah.
So we'll have to wait and see as things come along. But as for John, why do you think it would need or not need a tractor beam in your thoughts?
Well, to be honest with you, I think most things which are to do with cargo or moving cargo would need a tractor beam sooner or later.
So to give you other evidence of the different levels of tech, why do all the trolleys exist then?
That's so you can move more things at once. It all depends how big the trolleys are going to be and what you want to move.
What about the drones then?
Well, I haven't really looked into the drones at the moment because I don't know what they're going to do.
Yeah, and we have, and it shows that different places, different economies will have different levels of tech, right? And again, to me, and I don't know if Algared agrees. Oh, Algared, you speak to it because you know what I'm going to say, because I know you know me well enough. Why do you think that? Do you think this is a middle ground essentially between trolleys and tractor beams? Because that's what I see this as being.
Oh, I think it is. I think you've got the trolleys where you've got your trolley, which is which is basically just a box on wheels.
Mm.
You've got your trolleys that are also. We've also seen trolleys that are gravlev.
Yep.
So we've got trolleys on wheels, trolleys on gravlev. We've got mechs that are doing the same thing. I think that's almost the stopgap between using a big tractor beam.
Yep.
If these do have tractor beams, they're going to be bigger than the big handheld, the big two-handed tractor beam. And then at that point, you're going, once you go there, the next step up is kind of a small ship tractor beam. So where's the limit? Whereas I think if you go magnets or claws or other stuff,
also, I was just going to say you could use this to load a trolley that would
Yep.
then be able to be pushed by a human or one of those floating trolleys, because a lot of the trolleys we early on saw was for, the smaller SCU cargo containers. This allows, it's like, as I said, a stopgap between the two. It allows you, I think it really is going to be used for the loading part. And not to mention, like we saw missiles sitting on the deck inside the hangars, things like that. Like I could totally see this for resupply and stuff like that. Anyway.
Oh, look, I could see it for picking up missiles. Even when you're doing stuff, there are times you can use a tractor beam for everything, but you can also use different means to do stuff. If you've got claws, you could use them to pick up stuff. I could see this for doing the, something with magnet would enable you to readjust the positioning of stuff rather than just having it lock into a cargo grid space.
Now, how going back to your point earlier, how big is that going to be to be able to stack, say, in a C2?
I think you'd be able to fit it in a C2. I think that's...
No, I mean to get them up high enough.
Yeah,
Again, it's got arms. It's robotic as well. So the other thing is, we don't know how this articulates. What if it literally goes completely upside down? So you can actually go high enough that it puts it up above itself and then lowers. You know what I mean? Like it's not human movement. It's a robot. So essentially, it could go straight out and then up and bend its elbows backwards, type of thing, which would give it the height it needs to. Again, that sounds like 3 levels to me of box height. And again, it's also on its knees, so it could lower down. There's your 4 levels right there, or a fifth if it goes to the ground.
Now, you've also made me think, X, because you talked about magnetic arms.
Yeah.
What if the repair variant of this also has magnetic boots, so you could actually walk out onto the hull of your ship and do your repairs?
I have no doubt at some point one of these will have a tractor beam.
Yeah.
That's not in dispute. I just, like, you look at that arm and you think of the power loader, and instead of giving it the claws, they've just essentially, as you said it, they've taken the grav plates and put them on arms.
Yep. And it means you don't have to worry about articulating parts, because articulating parts means more crafting and that. Whereas magnets just means it's a bit like the tractor beam. And this is even easier than tractor beam because you don't need to use your rope tech.
It's still beam, Citizen.
Yeah.
It's just that it's the wrists that are rotating, not the box or whatever. And
well, if you're actually going up and clicking onto the box, you're not actually using your rope tech to kind of get the to do that. So it feels like, and it may not be, but it feels like it's using a less tech level. It's just click, join on. It'll
probably use some form of attachment point, so it'll just create an attachment point and essentially attach the box at the area, and it just then is assigned to the parent, child and parent, if you know the term from bipeds and stuff like that. So it's probably just again, I don't know exactly how they've done it, but I'm assuming that's how they've done it. But again, all more of this to come. I think this is the start of the kickoff for CitizenCon hype, and if this is what they're showing us now, and we are,
what are we going to get?
A month, more than a month away.
Yeah, 5 weeks away from CitizenCon, I think.
Yeah, do we get a little sneak peek every week like this?
Yep.
So I'm going to say, because
are we just getting one manufacturer? Are we getting multiple? Like, we looked at this the other week, and gee, that the design of that heralds Grey Cat, it heralds
Argo. We went through. Yeah,
Argo, it heralds you could even see it being Drake.
Mm.
Now, do you think with those arms, if say you've got 3 boxes stacked on top of each other, you could pick up the bottom one and take them all at the same time?
That's a really good question, and I couldn't answer that, to be honest with you. The other thing is, because it's magnets, is there a limit to the size of the box you can pick up?
Or the weight you can carry.
Can it carry a 32 SU cargo container, or is it limited to a certain size? Can it pick up multiple boxes at the same time, like you said, or one with each arm? Like, how does that work? There's so many questions there, John, and they're all valid.
Do you use it to load a 32 container box with smaller boxes which then get used by a tractor beam? There's a whole host of questions that we don't know. The other question is one that you raised, John, which are there interchangeable arms? Yeah. We don't know yet.
Yeah, and you also mentioned tractor beams versus this. I think you're clearly stating right tool for the right job.
Yep.
And
I think down the track you will see interchangeable arms. I do like and I know I'm pretty certain you picked this up as well, John, in Aurelius and Domitus's point. It's like a forklift. And he's asking that, can you do 5 boxes at a time? And I think it depends on the limits they put in terms of weight. And that's the type of stuff we don't know. But it does look like that tractor beam we were asking the mule to be able to do. So
Destroyer in chat saying, what magnets am I talking about? So we're theorizing that arm is like a magnetic arm that just kind of goes out magnet. You know how you have like the grav plates on the ships, like on the Freelancer and all the other ones. So essentially that just magnetizes to the box and picks it up.
Move your pointer over what you're talking about, and just circle circle
yes,
the.
Boss. Yes, boss.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's what we're talking about.
Yeah.
So those just look like magnet knobs. I guess you could call it a knob, couldn't you?
Yeah. I'll put it up there so I can see what I'm doing.
If you insist.
Yeah. But I like we've said before, Algared, I see a lot of these different things working together. So I don't think, again, being a Titan suit, this would be doing the weightlifting for all the guys that are using the tractor beams or the trolleys and stuff like that. So again, when you're taking at the moment, a lot of the boxes are the same. Right, we're only just starting now to see different size cargo containers come off the boxes in the same loads. It's going to be way more evident that this guy's going to be moving the heavy shit, and then the tractor beams are going to be on trolleys or whatever, doing the lighter shit. So, yeah, right tool for the right job. All hands on deck type of approach too. So
yeah, it's just you can just see different people with different tools doing different things around the loading bay, and it's just going to add to the flavour of the game. And seeing NPCs doing the same type of thing, loading ships or stuff. Yeah. One of the things that someone asked earlier is, do we see these being used by NPCs in the world as well? And you said eventually. I've always taken the view when I'm GMing is, if you can do it, my NPCs
the NPCs can.
So if you come up with some smart aleck idea that to game the system, the NPCs are going to be doing it back to you at some point.
Yeah.
So whatever you can do, they can do better.
Yeah, they learn from
you.
Can
do as well. So
I learned from the master.
Gamer.
Sorry?
Dark-sided gamer. What you're saying there is he used the word magnet, but he means basically the cargo grid on the ship. Those arms will be a mobile cargo grid.
Yeah, I just layman termed it, is all I'm saying. So it essentially magnetizes the cargo, whatever they, what they call them, grav plates, I think they call them.
Grav plates, which are basically magnetized plates on the ground for.
Yeah,
stuff,
or they change, they change the gravity in just that area. I don't know what you want to call it, but yeah, essentially the tech that they've already got on the ships, but just on an arm. But yeah,
no, I can fully see that, and as you were talking, it just made me think a repair module, on one of these, being able to walk out onto a an Idris or a Javelin or any of the large ships and do those big repairs in the hull, or
essentially the printing arms off the Crucible, but on a Titan suit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then on the back, it's got a large fuel pack of the repair stuff.
Yep, exactly. Yep.
So I can fully see that. So that's that's not even one that's
essentially a manufacturing Titan suit as you're describing it. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yes, and as we always say, just enough rope to hang ourselves. So we've probably hung ourselves a dozen times with the different variants and ideas that we've raised.
And that's just what we've come up with. I am sure in the time CIG doing it, they've come up with other stuff that we haven't even thought of. So, Destroy does ask another question, which I think is kind of poignant to what we're actually talking about. So it says,
we still need more likes.
Okay, more likes if you want to. Yeah, if we get to it, what was it 73 likes? What are we up to, John? How many likes are we up to on the video, on the stream?
40.
40.
I've just refreshed it.
Oh,
I've just refreshed the screen there.
Yeah, would you say 73? That's John's age. So if we get
I did, and it says we've got 70 watching, so get some more friends in and get everybody to like if you want a goodie bag.
And if we get, and then I think if you add all our ages together, if we get that many likes, we'll do 2 more.
Okay, all right. Yeah, now you're pushing it. Right, we'll
see. You want that many people watching us?
Yeah.
Hey, well,
Algared's been too much on drugs in hospital. He's gone delirious. So that's fine.
They did poke me for a few times. Yeah.
Algared, the human pincushion. Right. Destroy says or asks question: if of each of you can answer, curious what each of you are looking forward to, or hopefully to see at CitizenCon. We will be doing an episode on what we expect at CitizenCon, but realistically, it's not the con I'm really the most interested in. It's the people, believe it or not. Yep. And that's the thing I've always heard from others that go. It's just really cool. Like if you've ever been to a bar Citizen, you know what I'm talking about. It's just hanging out with your peers. All these people that you've seen online, other content creators, the friends I've made along the way. You guys, literally, I'm not even kidding. It's just great to hang out with other people that are into the same shit I'm into. And I don't get to do that because I'm on this little remote island. And, we had a bar Citizen here and we had like 15 people turn up on the entire island out of 500,000 people. We just don't get big gatherings like that here. And again, I know I'm being a computer person in a essentially rural farming type, like we grow all the food for Australia, like 72% of it is all grown here. So you can imagine how rural it is. They're just not people like me here. Yeah, there are gamers, but they're not, they're console peasants. I don't know how else to say that, but there's just not a lot of gamers. Algared, what about yourself? What are you looking forward to at CitizenCon?
I would have said I am looking forward to hearing something about Squadron 42.
Yeah.
I was originally hoping, or based on everything we'd seen and everything I'd heard even this time last year, that this would be the launch of Squadron 42, based on the fact that they were feature complete, based on the fact they were already planning a small gathering in Manchester, the fact that Manchester was going to be where they launched Squadron 42. But I think the pulling of the Gullah says that that's not the case. And I think they had best laid plans. This is where we think we're going to be. This is what we're planning for. And I think the fact they pulled that says, with them saying, we're not going to make, that's not on the cards. And I think you hit it on the head. The idea of the Gullah was you get all your stars in, all the stars who have been in, and to get all of them in, all those big names, that's a once in a lifetime, or a once used card only. You might get guys like Mark Hamill or guys who are really good mates with Chris who come along multiple times if they can. Like I heard on the grapevine that Mark Hamill was supposed to be there last year, but the writer's strike kind of limited him. But then there'd be guys like Gary Oldman or Gillian Anderson or Andy Serkis who are probably once only people to attend. And I think that's it. I've heard, or I expect that they, on the grapevine that, and I expect they will do a Gullah event at some point.
Yep.
And if they do it in the future and they do LA, I wouldn't be surprised to see it at LA. Like we've suggested in the past, LA for red carpet affair, and get all your actors in. So, and I wouldn't be surprised if that was, that's what CIG were thinking with the event for CitizenCon. But
what about you, John?
Well, what you've got to realise is, at my age, I've never been to a convention of any sort like this. So
It's all right,
I'm
John.
enjoying my first.
John, I'll hold your hand. It'll be okay. You'll be
Okay.
fine.
Yeah, you're fine. I'll cope without you holding my hand. I can assure you of that.
What
No,
he's
I
saying
am going to
can
hold
be-
your hand then. Fine.
He's just saying he's going to be like a kid in a candy store.
But basically, what you said as well about meeting everybody
Yeah.
I've spoke to on Discord or on different streams and everything, I'm really looking forward to that. And I promised somebody I would get them Jared's autograph for them as well. So,
Yeah.
Yeah, and you're right. Like that's as you said. Going to any CitizenCon it's always great to meet people who you either know online or people you've met before who you don't often get a chance to. But it's always great to see them and catch up and do stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I did have something here written down when we were talking about the Titan suits that I forgot to bring up. That I just want to. I think it's important to add to that conversation, but I don't want to drag us back to there because we're there for a while. But the mule. That's another one that there's a link in the chain. But I think the more time that's gone on with that mule, I think it was made for the distribution centers. Because if you go through there now, when I was with Piss Poor Pete, you can't take an Ursa, but you can take a mule, and it perfectly fits through all the gaps.
Yeah,
I think that they designed them to essentially be like drones that drive around the distribution centers to make it look like, like a small. You know how Amazon have those bots that go around with all the little boxes and take them with it? Essentially that. Because I cannot see a place for a mule in loading ships, and I know they put them on the Assault and the Ironclad, but I just can't see it unless it's a tech thing, right? Why would you take a mule when you could take a Titan suit? Obviously, there's a cost thing. You get where I'm going, right? Like this is reinforcing the point of what you and I have been saying. There's got to be different tech levels because there's so much double up.
But I also think when you talk that, you're also looking at different tools for different, the right tool for the right job. And again, it's the right tool for the right job. You're not going to use your tech to move two single FCU boxes. You're going to use your little tool, and it's going to drop them off, and then you'll.
Well, that's obviously what you get with a mule over the Titan suit is distance, because the Titan suit's not going to be quick to move, but it can probably move much heavier weights, where the mule can just move 2 boxes, but really, really fast.
Yeah.
What happens though if you go there with a ship which has got drones which could move cargo?
Again, that's what we're trying to say, John. Like, there's just so many different. It's so obvious now because of all the things we've seen. Why are there forklifts? We've literally seen, I believe it was Argo forklift. Do you remember the one from like 2 years ago now? That grey one?
I think if you go through the landing bays, you'll actually see in some of the side things there are forklifts in there. So
and we've seen photos of drones that literally are almost like the frames you see on the the big cargo containers, and a frame comes down and grabs the whole well, it's like that, but it's a drone. Like an entire drone that just picks up an entire cargo pod. We've got the MPUV. Like, there's just so many things. Like, the advantage of a drone is it can go inside and out into space. So it can go through both things, right? So it crosses that middle ground. Someone asked in one of the questions, and I'm sure we'll come up to it, but it's relevant here, was, do you think the Titan suits will have thrusters? Absolutely, some will, and some won't. Yeah. Again, it's a plus and a minus. Like, I could totally see a combat suit from a Titan, right, that basically can go, land, come down the planet and all that, and that's a speciality. But then I can see another one, it doesn't have that and instead it gets more guns. Give them, take it away. Balance.
It goes back to just look at the types of things you see in MechWarrior. The different types of mechs you get. You get scouting mechs, you get heavy mechs, you get flamers, you get missile mechs, you get laser mechs, you get gun mechs. I can see the same type of thing. But it also ties in with what you were saying about, again, the different tools for different jobs, and there'll be different, there'll be and a different tech for different jobs. So when you go to an area where you cannot use, you cannot fly your ship because of either the atmosphere or the air cover's too big, you're not going to be using drones in that area either. You'll be using ground forces or ground tools. So the right tool for the right job enables you to get it done. And I think that's kind of what we're seeing. We're seeing that whole balance of gameplay. Hopefully.
I have to wait and see. I am very curious after all this time.
Yep.
And I think it's been at least 7 years since we first heard about Titan suits. So it's been a long time.
Yep. So Meet Your Maker says, with the possibility of mechs, how long until underground Rock'em Sock'em mech fighting league will happen?
Well, as soon as you set it up, we'll be there.
Yep. Pretty much. As soon as they're in game, there'll be people doing that type of stuff.
Well, again, we heard about boxing in prisons and betting on it. Why wouldn't you be doing it with the bots? You know, I could totally even see a thing with like little battle droids eventually. Yep. You know, instead of cockfighting, it's like little drones that are fighting and stuff. But yeah, we'll see. I don't know. They'll take it wherever they want to take it. Again, the more
there's so much they can add to it, though, isn't there?
Yeah, that's essentially what I'm saying. The more variety they add over time, the more things that'll come out, and different landing zones will do different things. So we'll see.
Yeah. And I can see the YouTube chat discussing the whole difference of mechs, why you'd need, magnets or mech over tractor beams. And, one of the points, tractor beams will use battery power, whereas a mech will use fuel and hydraulic fluid, and magnets, well, they're just using the magnetic power, but they're going to be limited to what they can carry, So, yeah, you can see it.
It's going back to when you and I theorized it, and we just picked Drake and Origin because polar opposites, but obviously there probably wouldn't be Drake and Origin, there'd be some other manufacturers. But I remember us talking and going, you could run up to the Drake one, and because you can see the cogs in it, and it's got pollution coming out of it and stuff like that, so you can see it more readily. That's a weakness. But I could literally run up and just essentially shoot. Well, you wouldn't put a pipe in it, but in real life, you'd put a pipe in the leg and it would just stop working. But I could shoot the cog and it would it's more physically based. Where the battery one, if I do an EMP, it busts it, but the opposite does not work against the other one. So if I shoot the energy one, it still keeps working because it's got a battery in it and it's got no physical moving parts. But if I set off an EMP, the Drake one isn't even scathed, where the Origin one is totally, it's out. So again, you get different strengths and weaknesses, not just high and low tech, but also cost. And if you use drawbacks to one and pluses to another.
And if you're using one with hydraulic fluid, you cut the fuel cords, but then it doesn't have a cog, so you can easily shoot them.
And you'll probably even find military ones that have redundancy, so they're half hydraulic or half energy or both. They're hybrid, and so if they get hit by an EMP, the hydraulics take over. But then it's something
guy flicks a switch and
and that one is probably just a scout one that's designed to get in. It's designed to just get in and get out, and it's got very little guns. Again, they can take this wherever they want. That's the best part about it. They can make story beats, they can make quest beats, and all that type of stuff. So yeah, we got a first time chatter on Twitch that says Twix. Hang on, just let me read this. It's like a shit from the elevator, and then a few issues to know about from the ALS. ALS is something able to lift 16 creates causing them. So he's stating stuff like he knows what he's talking about, but how do you know this?
Krios in YouTube chat says the Argus Atlas. Only Evocati members will be able to spawn these today in the PTU, but they are not under NDA, so find your local Evo. So I don't know. Wait,
I found him. He's right there. He's right there. And you found yours. He's right there, Algared. Yeah, so me and Algared can go look at that later. Okay, so apparently German has linked me some patch notes.
Yep.
I'm going to butcher this because I copied it wrong, but I'm going to try and post it. There we go. And a bit of deleting, a little bit editing. Let's have a look at what he's talking about here. This is on Spectrum, so we probably can spawn some Titan suits, Algared. This would be really cool. Always PTU. Actually, let me have a quick look. Is there a PTU out? Because we could actually just do this live.
Yep.
Always, which means everyone can do it. That's not even.
Although there's probably also an update.
I'm looking. No, there is none. Not yet. There is a live update though.
Yeah.
Interesting. Okay. Anyway, I won't download that now. Let's have a look at this. That's interesting though, right there. Oh, only Evo can spawn them though. Okay.
Oh, that's okay.
Well, yeah, that's interesting though. But again, if someone asked me to look at one, I'd just spawn it and let them look at it. I'm not an ass like that. So, only Evo. So it is an Argo. We have our manufacturer, Algared.
Yep.
So only Evo Cardi members will be able to spawn these in today's PTU, but they are not under NDAs, so find your local Evo. Okay, so what time is this dropping? My initial thought, John, are you still there, or have you fallen asleep on us?
No, I'm still here, mate. I
Alright.
was thinking of going to make a cup of tea because I've got nothing to add at the moment.
Okay. A build for release of the PTU.
We need 20 more likes. We're at 53 at the moment.
Okay, this is a thanks, John. This is a combination of updates and stability fixes for the live release, along with a blockade run and global event. We're currently 3.21. It doesn't say anything about build for release to the PTU for all waves, so it's still they're still building it. Hang on, I'm just gonna ask Google, so I'm gonna mute myself.
Yeah, we are currently building A3 24.1.
On Friday.
John, it's 10:32 in the UK. That'd be done for the day.
Know, but I found these
hang on.
search.
Hey Google, what's the time in New York?
5 hours behind.
Yeah, so it's either 3:30 in LA or 5:30 in. And sorry to everyone that owns a Google. I just realized I triggered all your Googles by not muting them. My bad. That's why I do it. But that is interesting. I thought it would have been out by now, unless LA or Texas is building it. So yeah, I'd assume they're kind of done for the day. So maybe that's postponed. And then it's also Friday for you guys. So I don't know what to say. Or do you anything you can add to that? Because that makes me think it's not coming.
Cool. I could shove myself because I'll start the update and see how long it takes.
Can you tell me where you got this from? So Just a Riot sent me a message. Where did you get it from, man? Where's this from? Let me bring it up. I don't want. If I can show it firsthand, I'll show it firsthand. Where did you get it from? I've got multiple people now linking me like lines of information about this Titan suit that describes what it is, but they're not telling me where they got it from. So I'm trying to figure out where they are pulling it from. And nobody is telling me. Don't forget they dropped a midnight fix recently. This is true. Yeah, I don't know where that's coming from. Or unless it's in the, was it in the patch notes?
I've been in the patch notes. Have a read.
The ATLS suit spawns like a ship in hangars from the elevator, and there are a few known issues known about. That's really cool, though. That also means vehicles will probably eventually spawn from elevators. Players cannot exit the Argo ATS using the pit menu. Y to exit should still work. Player ragdolls out of the Argo Atlas when incapacitated and snaps back to ATLS while still down. Players in the ATLS suit don't react to getting shot. Unable to log out of the vehicle contain ATLS. Remove ATLS from the ship. Log out. Argo ATLS is sometimes. So I wonder if they're releasing this one for testing because they're going to release others, and they're using this to also fix the code for the others. Tractor beam placement can fail to ignore blocking geometry, causing unnatural collision and placement when launching crates with the right mouse button. First left button not function. So you can shoot. Maybe it is a tractor beam then. ATLS is sometimes unable to lift 16 or 32 crates, causing them to scrape on the ground. So yeah, you can pick 32 up. Unable to log out of a vehicle contains ATLS removal. ATLS from the ship logouts. Don't react to getting shot. All right, so that's interesting. So I think that confirmed a lot of what we were talking about. But I'm interested to know if it actually is a tractor beam or it is a magnet type of thing.
It'd be nice.
Oh, here it is.
I think it does both.
So this is what you were linking me, right? I've just found it. So let me read this. This is the description for it. The Argo ATLS, or I'm just going to call it the Atlas, is a powered suit that the player can mount, enter, designed to assist them in performing more heavy-duty cargo movement tasks, as we were stating. The player can retrieve their Atlas via the instance hanger ASOP terminal. The suit cannot be retrieved via Spacelot ASOP terminal or Grand Vehicle ASOP terminals. The Atlas has its own bespoke tractor beam. There we go. That confirms that. That acts differently to the handheld grid tractor beams and the tractor beam found on vehicles. Rather than picking up an item in the point where the beam hits the target, the beam will put the tethered item towards the player, holding it above the Atlas whilst the player moves to place the item preview. Upon placing the preview of the item, move the player placement. That's really badly written. The player can also reset the rotation of the preview by pressing mouse. That is really... I cannot visualize that, can you? And I just realized I don't have this up on screen.
It was gibberish.
Yeah. Well, you read it, and maybe if you so just here these last two lines, if you can, I'll link it to you so you can open it on your end.
Yeah, because it's very small there.
Yeah, and I know you struggle with it sometimes, so that's fine. There you go. I sent it to you. So you just read that for the last two lines under featured gameplay, and maybe you can read it clearer than me, because to me it just sounds like gobbledygook. Like they're trying to describe something that they can't describe because they're a programmer or something, and it just comes up as gibberish.
Okay, so let's see.
Where it says rather than picking up an item. So it's above the word bug fixes and below featured gameplay.
All right.
What that's going to do, you actually point your tractor beam up whatever you want to move, then it holds it above it while you've got it, then you turn to where you want to place it.
So you're saying it's almost like it shoots the beam down onto it. Is that what you're trying to say?
But that's what it's saying.
So it's a from above tractor beam.
Now, rather than picking up an item at the point where the beam hits its target, the beam will pull the tethered item towards the player, holding it above the ATLS, whilst the player moves a placement preview. So you can actually look around to see where you want to put it.
So it's
when you found where you want to put it,
I guess we'll have to get in
then
game
the item will move there.
Yeah, again, I'm struggling to visualize it because I think it's just written poorly. I would have had a picture there to show what you were trying to illustrate personally, but
I think I get what John's saying. So that you can see where you're trying to place it. The box is held above your head while you're doing it. So it pulls it to you. It's held above your head. Then when you're looking around where you might place it, and then places it.
So the arms go up like this.
I'm guessing that might be.
So you pull it in, it holds it in front of you, it then puts its arms up above its head, and then so you carry it above you. Okay.
No, you're not moving.
No, the arms move. So if it's
only the arms move.
Yeah,
you turn to the place where you want it to go.
I got it, John. I got it. I got it.
Okay.
Yep. That's okay. That's not how I thought it would work, but okay. But yep. All right. Next question, please, Mr. Algared.
Next question. If I go back to question, because I did get out of it.
Actually, while I'm thinking of it, we should talk about the shirts.
We should talk about the shirts while I remember it.
So we've had a really good entry come in for the shirts, and I think that's the one that we're going to go along with. But the thing that we found out this week is that we were going to build one for each of the ship team, right? We thought, maybe there's 10, maybe 20. We actually found out from someone at CIG that there's 49 of them.
49 builders of the ships.
So if these shirts were $10, which is really cheap, that'd be $490, which just puts it completely outside our budget. So the thing we were thinking was, do you guys want to help us do these shirts? But the other thing is, if we then show you the shirts, we ruin the surprise for CIG. So we're in this catch-22. Or do we just make a small batch of them and present them to CIG and maybe down the line show them? So we're in this weird conundrum. Algared, I don't know what else to say there.
That is exactly where we're at. I suppose the question is, do you guys want to help get a shirt for a ship team? And if you do,
I saw it, Zarek. Thank you.
Send all money to me.
No, John. What's wrong with you? Apparently the PT was... Yeah, it is. All right. I'm updating the PT now. Hopefully this doesn't... I'm going to have to limit the speed. Hold on. I'll just pull... this may lag for a second while I turn the speed down. Hold on.
Yep.
1 half of that. All right, cool. Let's see how long that's going to take. Not very long. That was really quick. Hope you guys aren't lagging too bad. No, now it's downloading. No?
Yeah, it did a scan of what it needed to load, and now it's doing that.
But it's, look how quick it's going.
Oh, don't talk to me about the magic of a national broadband. It's a PG2.
There we go. 4 gig at half speed. It shouldn't be going at 10. I turned the speed down. I'm now. Let me know if we're lagging here, guys, because we're going to try and download.
No, it doesn't seem to be.
Trying to download this live. Oh, because it's uploading, not downloading. But yeah, we'll try and download it, and we'll get in.
Have a look.
Yeah, we'll get in and we'll do it live and tell you what we think. So, if
it can do it within an hour and 15 minutes,
I think we'll be fine.
Which probably means we've 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 questions. 5 questions in.
Well, we'll leave a few. We'll leave a few there though, because we'll probably look at it and then come out again. So yeah. But anyway, next question, Algared. We'll go into that one.
Yep. And again,
if you, I do like Dorm, the way he thinks on the YouTube chat.
Yeah, that's probably your girlfriend. Don't.
Do you want to put your
secondary account?
I was going to say, do you want to put that uploading Star-Citizen at the back screen?
I don't know if I can. I'm trying to think of a way to do it.
You did.
Hang on.
Just minimize it.
If I go into this one.
Yeah, minimize it. That's cool. He's going to put it up so we can see how far it's got into loading. So yeah. I know what he was doing, but yeah.
And then I go. Windows capture. And then I'll call it launcher. Oh, shut up, you two, with the elevator music.
It's a musical interlude while we're waiting for you to sort something out.
2 old farts trying to outdo each other. It's shocking.
Now, Execute. You gotta be kind to those old folks. One day they're gonna be ruling HURSTON or our CORP, and then you're gonna have trouble.
I don't think they're gonna be.
Thank you, old man.
One day you're gonna be a lot older as well.
Yes, I will be the old man then. Yes, this is true.
Yes. In fact, you're already becoming the old man.
When we've passed on into the universe, it'll all be down to you.
Hang on. Why did that change? Wait, because I put it 1 too low, I think. There we go.
There you go. And you'll notice Execute's looking a little bit grayer these days.
I am starting to get grey, something shocking in the beard. That is true.
It happens when you get old, Rex.
Yes.
And he's getting to be a bit like old man HURSTON. That's why he wears a cap nowadays.
I think I'm getting more like old man Crusader. If I had to be a planet, I'd be big and round and rotund. But yeah.
No, he wears a hat so his lights don't blind him.
The lights are a pain in the ass, and I do have a Algared, you've seen me in real life. I have an aversion to light because I got diabetes. Yeah. So I'm always with these on.
A little bit more. Yeah. It is.
Yeah, everywhere I go, I'm wearing sunglasses, even in winter, and people think I'm really weird for it, but that's fine. I just don't.
He's like Joe.
Yeah, what you got to realize.
Aviators on.
What you have to realize is the people who know you think you're weird.
Yeah, I know. I know I'm weird. It's fine.
He knows he's weird.
Why would I want to be normal, John? Then I'd be like you and uninteresting. It'd be boring.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
You class me as normal. There's something definitely wrong with your world.
Yeah.
Indeed.
Yeah.
Anyway, next question.
Please.
So the next question was from Sol Galaxia, and Sol Galaxia said, "How about the new power suit? Will they sell them like a vehicle? Is Atlas a new MFG?" I'm not sure what an MFG is, but
manufacturer.
Is that a new manufacturer? No, because we know it's now Argo, which is nice.
So Algared's going a little pixely, but that's because I'm downloading. So that's not Algared's fault. That's mine because we're trying to
see if we can get this up. So yes,
and that's why I limited the speed though, so it would go. Well, it's going pretty fast. I'll be done in a couple of minutes. Yeah, how about the new power suit? Will the sell it like absolutely will they sell it like a vehicle?
Of course they'll sell it like a vehicle.
I have no doubt that. What do you reckon the price point's going to be, guys? We'll go with John first because go John.
Price of what, mate? I was looking at something else then.
Price of the Titan suit.
Yeah.
If they sell it, how much will they sell it for?
I don't know. What's the cheapest ship you can get at the moment?
$25 is a Merlin. The cheapest they ever sold the Aurora in a Christmas holiday package was $25.
Oh, you want it in dollars?
Yes, of course we want it in dollars. That's what the whole globe runs on at the moment through this. I've never heard any. No, as in I've never heard anyone mention it in pounds besides you, John, or someone from Britain.
I will go 65.
That's kind of where I was thinking. I actually think it's going to be like in the 70, 75 range. That's where I'm thinking. What about you, Algared?
I am just looking at. I'm going to go to upgrades because I just want to know the price of the mule.
40-ish, 45 in there up from memory.
And I'm going to put it about the price of a mule.
Yeah.
Yeah, I put the 65 is maximum.
I think it'll probably cost around about the same price as the mule in game, but the coolness factor puts the price.
Yeah,
up.
I think that they may hit us with the coolness factor, but the fact that the ship doesn't have any weapons, it's not a ship, it's not a vehicle, it's limited in range.
What makes you think it's not going to have no weapons?
Well, in the first iteration, it doesn't. Now, I know that way back when I can't remember who it was. The guy who did the Cutlass rework. I've just gone blank on his name, but when he did the first iterations of the Titan suit, and we had an Inside Star Citizen talking about it many years ago. He talked about being able to take off an arm and slot on a size 1 ship weapon.
Yeah.
And being able to lug that around with you, and that was the type of things he was envisaging. So I've got no doubt there's going to be variations in the types of things you can do, and that there'll be variants that have or the option to put weapons on them. But I don't think in the initial one we get, we're going to have weapons.
Now, going back to the giveaway, I think you might have to explain to people again what you're doing and what they need to do, because there's still only 58 at the moment.
Yeah, we'll go over that in a sec. So I've just done a poll for the shirts for the ship team. I think I've just realized that I'm gonna have to do 2 polls though, right? So one is just to ask if you want to help us fund the shirt. The other part is like you can just trust that we're doing it, because if we show it, then we ruin the surprise for CIG. That's our conundrum. Like, do you guys want to see that? Because obviously you want to see what you're paying for. I understand that, but also then it ruins the surprise. But well, let me put it this way, John, you've seen the shirt. I've shown it to a few people. Do you like what's been done?
Yes, I do. And what I could suggest to make it easier so you don't spoil the surprise, anybody who is willing to help you towards the cost of them, they send you a message in Discord. You show them what it looks like. Yeah,
well, the other thing is we could probably just post it on the Discord, because CIG are then less likely to see it. I just don't want CIG, don't ruin the surprise type of thing. And I'm, again, as soon as I make it public, someone can then just go copy it and put it wherever they want. That's my biggest concern. So yeah, if you really want to see it, I will send it to you. But again, I can just tell the surprise is going to get ruined as soon as they give it to someone that I don't trust. Well, they'll just
People on the chat know the theme of what it was if they go back and have a look at previous ones.
Yeah, well, we called it a part of John's crew. Like you can imagine off that, and I even told you what the one I was going to do was based on John Crew as a pirate. And that's what the final shirt is. It is very much that. It's just I want to keep a bit of a surprise, as I said.
Yeah, as much as possible.
No, I'm not going to pay people sign an NDA right for a shirt. That's just silly.
That's silly.
Yeah, but other than that, what we were going to do today was give away, if we got to, was it 73 likes, John? That's what you want to talk about?
Yes.
If we 73 likes, we were going to give away, what the hell is it
called? The digital goodies pack.
The digital goodies pack that's gone up on the thing. So I'm trying to go back to it. Just give me a second. I'm just trying to find it. I had it open, then I closed it, and now I've lost it. This one here. So this $30 digital goodie bag, we'll give away one of these. CIG hasn't given us one. I'll just buy one and give it to someone. So yeah, if we get to how many likes?
We're at 82.
We're at
82 watching and 10. And let's see, how many likes have we got?
Because we only need to get to 73. I'm like, oh, we smashed it then.
60.
61.
All right. Well, you guys better up your game. But
Yeah. And if you want a second and third, you got to get to 150. So
I'm just trying to do this without making it hear my voice. I hate hearing my own voice.
yeah, ditto.
I'm gonna have to pause this real quick. Ah, so ugly. Right. What are we at? 78 watching and 74 likes. Well, we've got enough to get there.
Yeah.
But there's like what? 14. Yeah, 14 of you that haven't liked. So if you like, if a bunch of you get to 73, I'll refresh it again.
Then we'll have a giveaway.
Yeah, I literally just scratched my head, refreshed, and looked. Then.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, that's Inception.
He's
look,
pumping him.
no, but look, it's Inception. It's us looking at ourselves, looking at ourselves. Oh my god, we're gonna get off this. This is driving me nuts.
No.
Oh, it's freaking me out.
I am so glad I didn't put my camera on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, John was saying that earlier today. I'm saying, no, John, we couldn't handle that. The views will go down.
Okay.
So yeah, 100% of people. There was only 3 votes on Twitch, so that said yes, and then 63% on YouTube said yes. So that's a bit decisive. Yeah, I don't know. Me and Algared have been talking about this last few days. Like, do we just get a small sample of them and we pay for them ourselves, or do we ask you guys to help out? The other way we could do this too is if you want to put in, maybe it's like you pay for 2 shirts, you get one for yourself, you get one for them. I don't know. I don't know how to go about this. So it's a very tricky situation, because I honestly thought it was just going to be like $100, $200, and then when it's like
and
potentially $500-$600, it's like, whoa, I didn't realize that many people in the ship team. It's
and we're still not 100% certain on the price of shirts yet, are we?
Yeah. Well, it's at Manchester. The person I was talking to literally said there's 49 people on the ship team at Manchester.
Yep.
And that's art, design, and concepting, and the whole gamut, animation and all that. There's 49 of them.
I hope there's no salespeople in that 49, because they put the prices out too high.
I don't know, but that's the number of people that work under John Crew. 49 people.
Yeah. So that's how many shirts we'd be needing. I do know the more shirts you produce, the cheaper you can usually get them. But it also depends on how much the shirts cost, and we haven't got that pricing yet, I don't believe.
But actually, I'll just message them. They are. Hang on. Algared, say what we're going to say. Sorry.
No, I'm just.
There you go. You better buy a pack then, mate, because we're now at 75 likes.
Excellent. Let's do that then. I'll do that in the background.
And if you can get 150 likes, we'll give 2 more away.
How do we how do you want to give this away?
I reckon.
Do a trivia question, like a not a tuna. I
just reckon do a draw.
Well,
just do a random draw.
Well, here's the thing. How do I do a random draw between 2 channels?
Good point.
Well, basically, you don't have to do it between 2 channels, do you?
Yes, you do. Sol Galactica, thank you for the 5 gifted subs. Appreciate it.
Indeed.
Yeah.
Most appreciated. Always welcome.
I'm not going to cut Twitch out or cut YouTube out. That's not fair. So you have to do it so it's fair to everyone, John. There's no other way to do it.
But ask everybody in Twitch, have you been over to YouTube and liked it?
No. Well, they obviously some of them did. That's how it got to where it did. It got to 73. So I don't know. Anyway.
Well, was it John was asking for 73 likes on YouTube.
Yeah, so I should imagine they've come over. Those who've done a like have come over from Twitch, so you'll have their names here.
I don't think I don't think it's fair. Flip a coin. 1 from each and then flip a coin. Yeah, that's how we'll do it then. 1 from each and flip a coin.
So 3 people. So how many
were on? They have to rock paper scissors for it.
How many people on Discord on Twitch were there? Who liked it?
I don't know, but there's 60 of them watching on Twitch, and there's how many watching on YouTube right now? Give me a second. YouTube's not very good with the viewing count. 90. So we've got roughly 140 people watching. But I'm just trying to think of a fair way to do it. Right. So yeah, I was talking to so the person that's in chat is Darth Digit, and that's the guy that did the shirt, by the way. So you've got yourself a nomad, by the way. So work out which nomad you want. Daft. So there's 2 there to pick from. You've got thanks to CIG. There's the Foundation Festival one, and God, is my hanger even going to work with this new website? I've just realised. Click the wrong button.
If you go to the web page.
Was it? It's. I can't remember if they're standalone or game packs. Give us a second. Man, this page is loading so bad today.
That's because you're downloading in the background.
Why don't you go onto the main page?
Every time you change the page, it loads white. Even when it. And by the way,
yes,
the download is finished.
That.
Yeah. So yeah, but yeah. So they're the 2 you can pick from. You've got a Foundation Festival one, Digi, or you want the Valentine's. You want the Valentine's? Well, shoot me your email and I'll send it through to you.
And check and see if the game's finished loading.
Yeah, it has. So we'll do that, and then we'll come back and get the thing to give away. All right, so let's load up the PTU. I don't know how this is going to go because it always
could crash and burn.
Well, running as many browsers I'm running, plus running the PTU in its buggy state, it'll probably crash. You know. And then John's face, like that just adds. This is why we'd keep him off camera. That's what I'm going to say.
Oh.
Yeah. You're right, mate. It sounds like you're getting the pains.
I am getting the pain.
Yeah.
Do you need to stand up and walk around for a second there, Al?
No, I just need to.
He just needs to breathe. He'll be right.
I just need to breathe. I just need a little bit of a breather.
Yeah, he gets a bit short.
If I keel over this way, you know there's something wrong. Or you hear a big bang, you know there's something wrong.
All right.
I'll rush you over straight away and pick you back up, okay?
Yeah, that's right.
Still Citizen.
Oh.
All right, it's still on the load screen. It'll go full screen in a tick.
Well, while that's going on, let's go to the next question.
Please.
And Billionaire Ninja says, what unannounced capital ship do you think is most likely to be announced at the next Citizen, or be announced next? I think we both went down the Drake Corvette, if I recall correctly from our discussions.
Bad timing, sir. You gotta go. I'm now wondering if it's Titan suit related. I really am. Hey, come back here.
But the reason we were thinking the Drake would be the next one is because of the fact that we've got John Crew had hinted that they'd be filling out Drake when they had more ships. We've got the Drake Kraken. We've now got the Drake Ironclad, and there's something in the middle, and that kind of fits for a Drake Corvette. So that kind of just says to me, Drake would be it. And I know that's where we've talked as well, isn't it? What type of ship it'll be?
I'm going to go to Horizon. Because during the PT phase, it was the only one that worked properly. So I'm going to assume it's the same thing again, because, I think there's a lot of weight leaning into Drake. But I have to think of like what they want the ship to do, and if there's Titan suits there and there's more Titan suits coming, maybe that's what it is, like a little Titan suit carrier.
But if you go a military version, it's right. Is it the mythical Anvil capital ship? Yeah,
again, it could be
the Titan Assault.
Could it finally be that we're getting a couple of ships? Like, are we going to get like a Drake Corvette and some kind of Anvil one? We don't know. We are moving into more active Star Citizen development, like announcing more ships. This whole year could have been about what they've been planning out, what they're going to do. So, I don't know.
And is that the largest ship team? The largest ship team has been?
Yeah,
because that sounds pretty huge.
Yeah, it is.
So that also indicates they've been probably working on the backlog or getting ships up to speed and going across the board, because when you change the flight models, you've got to do that for everything, and
we'll see. Oh, looks like we're getting in. I was about to see if it was loading.
Mm-hmm.
But we're in.
We're in.
It's not entirely smooth, but it's playable.
Crusader. Now, when we're doing the Crux Cup, you can actually, if you're in the server at the same time, you can actually watch the race fly by from this vantage point. When you're flying the Orison. Yep, when you're flying the Crux Cup at Orison, you can actually see it from most places because it does fly through every one of the major platforms.
Okay. Well, they're all saying hello to you in chat now.
Yes. Hello. 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 Hello.
What'd you do? Just turn echo on then?
No, he was just reading.
I was just reading in the chat. No.
Right, I'm gonna turn it off so he doesn't read it anymore. Right.
Yeah. That's why we can't have nice things.
Yeah, Algared ruins them. Right.
Well, it means we now don't have chat blocking up the screen as well.
Oh, now they're still saying hello. Right, I'll leave it on until they start talking about something else. Can bring it up
Yep.
apparently, right? Anyway, that'll do. Unfortunately, I gotta travel. What the hell? What the?
That's a weird.
Oh wow! I was like, what is he wearing?
That was a weird looking gown, wasn't it?
Yeah, it's almost got your look going, Algared. The bald and the beard.
Yeah, but that's an Ed Kelly beard.
It is. Oh, it's one of the new ones. They got some new ones in.
Yeah, but does the hair move with them? Is it more mobile?
Yeah.
One thing I noticed with mine is I do the grey beard, right?
Yeah.
Grey goat, because that's me. But when I wear a spacesuit, the spacesuit turns it automatically black.
Interesting. No, that's probably just a bug.
It is, but yeah, it's just a graphic bug, you know.
Yeah, she's not entirely stable, but she's. I'm putting it to you now. The Evo builds this time around were way worse than this. Like, it's been a really interesting thing just to see how buggy they go from to before they go live was really interesting.
Yeah.
And this was my first Evo, so it was really interesting for me. But yeah, everything you told me, Algared, was spot on from previous years.
Yep.
You
Yeah,
right,
and
mate?
yeah.
I
And
can
each
see
time Evo changes, or each time a patch changes, it gets a bit more stable, and then it goes to PTU, and then you see it get broken again, and they get stable again, and it goes to goes each wave. You see it get better and better, and get broken and get better and better. And it's just the nature. It really is the nature of development.
Yeah. This guy's in a huge rush to get somewhere, so I'm just gonna let him take me in his elevator wherever he's going.
He probably wants to pick up his gear because he died.
Yeah, that could be it, but he's in a huge hurry.
He's just not taking in the vista.
Yeah, the ambiance.
That's right.
Alrighty. So I guess we'll just go straight down to the hangar.
Yeah, well, that's all we really want to do.
Yep. And then apparently we can spawn it.
Spawn it and load some cargo and literally show the movement of cargo.
So what I'll do is, because you have to claim your ships up here, and I won't have any.
No, you don't.
No.
No, you have to deliver them up here. You can't down the bottom. Well, at least during Evo, I can do it. So I'm just delivering them here. I'll only do 3 of them.
Oh, you're summoning them so you can actually pull them up.
You can't summon them down there. So it's you can retrieve them down there, but you can't deliver them. Technically, is the right term.
Well, I thought you could deliver them on any screen.
No, you couldn't. Like during PTU and Evo, you couldn't do it yet. So I just started doing it, pulling them in up here.
If you call one ship, kit it out, and go to a space station, and you can deliver
That's
them
different.
all there, then
That's different, John. The first time.
is it?
Yep.
Yeah.
You don't understand what I'm saying. That's fine. What the hell? Oh, we are going. Right.
Yep. It just takes its time.
Yeah. Ear bleed.
Yeah.
Apologies.
Yeah. Mute the game. Mute the game.
No, I'm not going to mute the game because I want to hear the sounds of the walker and stuff. So I can probably turn it down, but just give me a second.
But yeah. Well, same thing.
Yeah. I do have it turned down, but what do we do? We did it to 10 in the video, didn't
I think.
we? There you go.
Music to my ears. They're not bleeding anymore.
Yeah. What are we doing? Vehicles. Are you reading chat still? Are they alive or have they all died?
That chat are alive. They're silent at the moment. I believe. Yep.
Yeah, because I can't see any of that at the moment.
Yeah, I can't see the Twitch chat because I don't have Twitch up at the moment. But the YouTube chat is silent.
So I'm just. This is what my regular outfitting is kind of what I'm doing here. So I'm just doing.
Astro Otter Turan says, "Yeah, you can. I delivered all mine in the hangar."
We'll have a look and see if they've changed it. We'll find out in just a moment because I'm about to walk in there and do just that.
Yeah.
Maybe it's changed. Again, maybe they fixed it. Maybe they didn't. But when I did it, I couldn't do it before. So, can you hear that?
Yep.
Someone's walking around in a Titan suit. I can hear it.
Yep. Crunch, crunch.
Yeah.
Welcome to the ASOP vehicle retrieval.
You have 5 seconds to comply.
Yeah, so now you can deliver them. So you used to not be able to deliver them here, but now you can. So we'll call in a C1.
Let's go to the cargo and.
Yep, that's where I'm going now. We'll load up a C1 with a Titan suit, why not? And we'll... what do you call it? Contracts. And then we'll go hauling. And we'll just try and do a simple one. Deliver 6 SU to Dunglow Spaceport from Seraphim. So we're going to go up to there and come back.
Well, you don't have to do a mission, you just need to load it.
Well, yeah, true. But I've still got to go up there to get it, so I'll have to bring this, the suit out, put it on the Spirit, fly up there, and then bring it back. But yeah, we won't do the whole thing.
I'd have just bought some crap. Whatever, some scrap and just loaded that.
Well, I could probably load some of these components too. I actually don't know what I'm looking for here either. I don't know what it's listed under. I guess we'll find out together.
Indeed.
Vehicles, all categories. Okay. Mining shields, CM launchers, weapons turrets. Let's know what it is under. You have to go through everything. You right, mate? You doing a lot of breathing?
Yeah, I'll be fine. I'm just trying to take it slow.
Yeah.
Just breathing.
Yep.
The Argo ATLS is in the ASOP at the top.
The what? Sorry. What? This over here?
Yeah, at the cargo bay, I think there's an ASOP, isn't there?
Yeah, there's one here. Hold on.
Welcome to the ASOP vehicle retrieval.
Ah, so this is going to be a cargo.
Yeah, because, you know, the Covalix mob, they use the Argo, obviously.
Oh, fuck. Okay, so... that means they're going to bring the Spirit back up, but that's fine.
Well, yeah, you need the suit up first, put it to one side, then fetch the Spirit up.
Yes, thank you, Captain Obvious. That's obvious.
I thought they said,
I wondered why you called the C1 first.
Because I thought it was going to come... They said it came out by the cargo elevator. I thought it was coming out here.
Yeah, I thought the patch note said it came up on the cargo elevator.
Yeah, so why is it doing it over on this elevator? That's why I'm so confused. Why do you reckon it ran here? This is where I thought it was coming up.
Yep. No, that's where I thought it was coming up, based on the patch notes.
Okay. Yeah. Oh, you're trying to help out in the chat. Thank you, Soul Galactica, for the those gifted subs again.
Thank you, Lurker. He's always having a go at us elder ones.
What did he say?
Elder abuse.
Yeah.
Oh God.
Yeah. You know that there's ads on Australian TV now about, you know, elder abuse out, execute.
Here we go. Yeah, not enough of it for you two, that's for sure. Anyway. Oh,
See what I have to come up
it's
with?
very orange.
It doesn't look yellow like it did in the ad. I reckon the yellow one was actually a Kovalex version.
Oh, wow. So
'Cause
one
that
was
is certainly
actually
orange.
but the other one-
Hang on.
Oh, that's wrong.
Whoever's talking in game, can you stop, please? All of YouTube can hear you.
And Twitch.
And Twitch.
Yeah.
Now, before you get in,
Mm-hmm.
F4 so we can see
Right,
what
see you
size
guys.
it is like
No,
that.
I've
while you're
got,
stood
John,
next
I've got to
it,
get out of
please.
here. This guy's going to keep talking. I'm just going to get in, move
Bye-bye.
it. We'll look at it up at Seraphim or something, where there's less people. I'll just move it for now. Oh, it's very power loadery.
Yeah.
And it's very slow.
Can you run? Can you sprint?
That's me holding shift. That's me not
Scroll
holding
up.
shift. It does go faster, but that's as fast as it goes. Well, it's like I said, it wouldn't be built for
Yeah.
speed.
No, it's built for heavy lifting. It's a Gimli.
Hmm.
I'm more a long distance runner.
Spin around so we can see the front, mate.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's very power loadery. Just look at the way
Well, look at the arms. They're both different.
yeah, and also look at the way the body is in there. It's you're not armored. You're just it literally is just an exosuit.
I feel like what's that movie where he's running and he's like deliberately trying to make himself go faster from his movements or whatever.
Yeah.
I feel like that because it's trying to make it go faster, but it's not working. All right, we'll have a look at it when we get out of here in a better light. But I'll get the spirit back
Yeah.
up now.
Welcome to the ASOC vehicle retrieval system.
Where are we going? Spirit. Here we go.
Vehicle select. Your vehicle has been delivered. Please visit.
You got too many ships.
Yeah, well, I get given a lot by CIG, and then I get a lot of
Yeah,
loaners and
he-
stuff, and
It's got a lot of giveaways.
yeah, and then I'll
Yeah, he
give away.
forgets to give them away though, doesn't he?
Sometimes it's not deliberate. though.
Sometimes we do. It's not that we're deliberately trying to hold on to them.
No.
Or sometimes we hold on to them deliberately for a future giveaway where we can give away several at a time.
I got you. Western music and parachute line dancing.
Yes. Who said that? Line dancing.
The lurker.
Probably could.
Yeah,
look.
'cause it-
Na, 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 na,
Do the nut
na,
push.
Do the nut push. Na, 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 na. No,
No,
look, you can do box dancing, literally. You know how Oh shit! No! Oh. I thought we were going like ass over tit. No. And that'll make me 45-minute wait time to get one back.
Yeah.
I do. It must have been the lighting because, like, notice how the red lighting makes it go, kind of look a bit yellowy or whatever.
Orange.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's definitely orange.
Definitely go orange.
Yeah. Well, when the lights come back on, yeah.
Hey, Lemming.
Hey, Execute.
Yeah,
when
mate.
when you walk it on your ship, make sure to look at the ramp.
Why am I? What do you mean?
So look at when you walk it up on your ship, look down at the ramp.
Like this. I don't understand why I'm. But why? Why am I doing? Why am I looking at the ramp?
When do you do it on the ramp?
Yeah, but
So
why?
so wait,
Because you'll see the effect. I don't know.
We'll find out in a bit.
I guess.
So
Somebody's trying to tell me to stop me from exploding or something.
no.
Hey.
So when I did it, I had gigantic footprints on my ramp, like
Okay.
indentions, like it damaged it.
Oh, okay, cool.
So it's going to damage your ship. Awesome.
I'm
So
actually
put it
now
on your
starting to.
ship.
I'm now starting to worry if I can even get this in the this ship because it's kind of tiny, and I just realized it's not made for.
Oh,
should
you know what, you should be fine.
I got it in the C1.
Oh, my ears!
Oh yeah,
That's awful.
Yeah.
it's loud.
Yeah, it's bad.
And that's with 10% game sounds. at the
Yeah, so you can
moment,
only imagine. Well, you hear all the distortion. I was getting distortion on my headphones, so that's clearly a bug.
Yeah, that
so-
digit. Yes, this is the racing variant.
Yeah, this is the racing variant.
All right, look down. Look down.
All right, well, oh yeah, we wanted me to look at footprints, so I'll just go back down.
Yeah.
No, I'm
No.
not seeing footprints.
I'm not seeing footprints.
You must have had an earlier version, Lemming. Oh, it actually fits quite snugly. Wow. Yep, this is gonna be popular.
Yeah.
I want to get out of here. Just give me a minute. I'm trying to make this quick. This is why I wanted to get out of here. Just too much noise.
Oh, the hangers at the moment,
They're atrocious.
murderous.
Yeah, apologize to everyone listening. I'm trying to do this quick as. Get in the chat! Go to third person. It does go away, but I gotta go back to.
Yeah. To save years, you got to go.
Yeah.
So I just sent it to you in a DM when you have a chance to execute.
An image of the footprints.
Yeah,
Yeah. We'll have a look at. Right
it's
after
really
this.
neat.
Well, maybe you're heavier than X.
Maybe it's only
Probably
certain
so.
ships too.
Yeah.
I got into a C1.
Okay, interesting. Maybe it's the skin. Did you have this skin on? I don't know. Just trying to think of why. You right, mate?
Yeah, I'm alive.
Alive, alive, oh ho.
I'm alive and kicking. Well, not quite kicking, but
Well, it's kicking your ass. Something's coming.
yeah. All right, Citizen Ninja has a question for us.
Yep.
Which ships do you think, or do we think, will get the new part? Will get a pirate skin this month?
That's a really good question. I'd have to assume it's something Drake related.
Usually Drake, but yeah,
The Drake,
I'd like to see
the Drake mule. Well,
the Titan suit.
well, the Titan suit's probably not going to be out until CitizenCon. I think that's pretty
No.
clear at this point.
Oh, look, I think the fact that it's only in testing,
Yeah.
but I wouldn't be surprised to see more variants of it, just because that will make it'll just make more sales. And I think, you know, if they've got multiples of them, and they could make this, if they make it dirt cheap, and it's an LTI token, they'll sell a shit ton anyway. But if they make it an LTI token as well, and it's cheap enough, people will buy it hand over fist. If it's the same price as a mule, people will buy it hand over fist.
There we go. Hopefully get a bit of a performance improvement.
Zaki says, considering last year it was Emma's Hercules, Eclipse, and something else that got the pirate skins. Yeah, I'd expect it to be different ships. I hope it's different ships.
Yeah, well,
Uh,
it'll be a tip of the hat for the ships that they'd say that are good at piracy. Like, but you could pick so many there. Like, could you do a Redeemer? I think you could. Could you do a Gladius? Yeah, I think. Well, there is one. You know, there is a pirate
Yep.
skin.
Yeah, so you wouldn't do a pirate skin for the Gladius because it's already
You get
got
my
one.
point, right? Like,
Yep. And if I was,
what about
if I was,
did they do the cutter?
I don't think so. I can't remember.
Yeah, that could be one.
But I would imagine you wouldn't do, because you want to maximize. I know, because I don't. I was going to say to maximize sales, you wouldn't do the same ships that have got the skins for ship. You know, the ship showdown. But then ship showdown skins are free, so I might do ship showdown ships, get them. You know, who knows what they'll do? Wherever they think they'll get the most money.
Yeah, pretty much.
I know that sounds very very cynical of me, but yeah.
Landing gear up.
I look forward to my revel in York hangar.
Yes. Actually, now you mention it, I might park this so we can load it easier.
Well, you've got warehouse both ends, mate.
Yes, but I like to have it, especially when I've been doing a lot of the tractor beams, John, I like to have it pointed directly at the hangar, so I'm not having to do this double toss thing. It was driving me batshit. I'm actually looking forward to this fixing a few of the problems.
Yeah, so he's lined his ship up so he's facing the cargo elevator rather than...
I'm going to do a quick test, and this probably might be a bit of a stuff round, but I want to know if I can press buttons while I'm in this thing. And I don't reckon I can. So yes, I'm probably making it so a whole bunch of people got to watch me get in a science suit and get out again. But I'm just curious, can you... You've got to assume...
Can you exit the door? Can you squat?
Exit. Are there any other controls? There's actually, look, they appear to be like projector things, so I'm wondering if there's actually...
Yep.
But no, at this stage, I'd say this is very early days, but I'd hope eventually you can use buttons and stuff. But we're about... Oh, what the... Okay.
They put you into squat mode because you tried to squat, I think.
Yeah, I did. I think you're right. Alright. It's very much an exosuit.
Yeah. And there's a graphical issue there.
Where?
Does it have
no, it's
lights?
just a shadow.
Oh, that's just lighting. That's fine.
Yep. But at first glance, it looked like the ramp was kind of glitched. But then I realised it was just a shadow.
Yeah. All right, let's have a look at it now. Now we've moved it all this way. Some big breaths there, I could.
Yep.
So that one seems to have kind of like a rubber stopper thing on it. If anything, this is the tractor beam one.
Yeah.
One here. I don't know. I'm just trying to work it out because that one looks really weird. It almost looks like a foot.
Yep.
On
That almost looks like a magnet, doesn't it?
It could be too. I guess we'll have to find out.
Yep.
Again, this is a starter mission though, so I'm not doing 32 SU cargo.
Is there any storage on it?
Probably not.
Doesn't look like it, John. If there was, it would be very tiny. I'm assuming this is the component of whatever it is, like that unfolds and there's a couple of small components, but that'd be it. There's not much room for anything else. The only
Yeah, you
thing
can't see any component spaces at all, can you?
Yeah, no, it's just that behind the body. So I have to assume that opens and there's a bunch of vehicle-based components in there.
Yep.
Like what we've seen on the bikes and stuff.
Yeah, so Death Messenger, this is us in the PTU.
Yeah.
It's everyone can play the PTU at the moment, but only Avocadi can spawn the Titan or the mech.
What the? Hold
Yeah,
on
sure.
a minute. Oh, it's still in this bug again. This was in Evo as well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, dude. Load them multiple times.
Yeah. They're saying they think that one is like a tire on boats to kind of cushion the. Transfer complete.
Okay, good. All right, they're up. Excellent. Right, let's have a look. No idea how this is going to work. I'm assuming it's a press buttony thing. All right, first test. Oh. Ooh. Whoa. Okay, well, there's the above your head thing that we're talking about.
Yeah.
And there's your placement. Okay. Interesting. This is going to definitely be popular because that is super quick.
It doesn't. Although it's slow, I did see people in chat saying they still prefer the regular type tractor beam.
Wow, it's even designed for packing though. Like, look.
Yep.
And it's hitting the roof though. It's not made for this ship. It is not made for this ship. Oh my god. Right.
But if you put it in its location.
Yeah, it just chucks it there.
Ooh.
Yeah. All right.
Why would you go inside the ship to do it? Well, couldn't you do it from down there?
Look, I couldn't move it forward at the time. All right, I'll try it your way, John. Fine. I'll go back down the ramp.
Yeah, because you don't actually need to be in the ship because you can actually rotate your ship more of a mech.
Yeah. But just how quickly it brings it over. Wow.
Yeah.
You know, lol.
It's only damaged cargo.
Yeah, it is like an automated tractor beam. That is how I would explain it to someone that's watching me, but can't. Okay, so I'm trying to. You can't zoom in and zoom out with it. That's what I was trying to do.
Yeah. But the fact that it aligns it fairly quickly, you don't have to worry about doing the rest of it.
Oh, there you go. Look, I can scroll the scroll wheel, and it is going backwards and forwards. Just it's a little. Yep. Oh no, it's looking up and down. Ah, it's not the scroll wheel. It's looking up and down. There you go. That's me looking up and down. Okay, and then bang. Okay, now I'm learning. So yeah, it's looking up and down. Right. Definitely quicker than the other tractor beam by a country mile. Yeah, see? There we go.
But I can see that being popular, even if it does damage your cargo or your ship.
Yeah. And it's kind of small and convenient. So you can...
I'd just leave that in that hangar and just summon another one at your other hangar.
Well, I think I've only got the one.
Oh, good point.
I'd have to reclaim it. So might as well just put it in the ship and take. And that's the best part. It's, you know, we were talking about taking things with you at one point, Algared, where we're talking about like it's smaller than the mole. This has got to be cheaper than the mole, surely.
Yep. Well, that's why.
Or the same price.
At the most, it's the mole price.
And I hope they sell them for $25 because they would sell a shit ton. At $25,
they would, wouldn't they?
They would sell a bucket.
It would be like the
everyone
would be like the Argo. It'd be like the Argo. When the Argo was, ship showdown winner. And CIG was thinking, oh, you've ruined our sale, you bastards.
You know, you get some goodwill. You chuck that in the digital goodies pack. That's how you get some goodwill.
Yeah. Well, maybe I do that as well.
Yeah.
or they chuck a variant in their digital goodies pack and still sell this one off.
Yeah,
But you sell it cheap.
Yeah, like a yellow one or something. Yeah.
You sell it dirt cheap, and you'll sell, CIG. You sell this dirt cheap, and you'll sell this hand over fist.
Well, we taught them that, and a whole bunch of
Yeah,
and
well,
when I say them, we, I mean like the Inforunners.
Yeah,
like
you, me, Paul,
everyone.
Space.
Because the MPUV, they can make money hand over fist. Why is this going? Oh, because I got it turned down.
And I know when we were first pushing it, the rumors or stories we hear is that the marketing team were peeved off at us.
Yeah. Which is why the next year they removed the PTV, because we were going to do it again.
Because we'd ruined their sale.
Yeah. Or their plans.
You've ruined our planned sale. We can't sell these big ships. But then they changed their tune the second they saw how many they were selling.
No, that's what they said, but they still didn't learn anything.
No, the next year they did exactly the same thing.
Yeah, and they've done it again this year, and we still don't have the skin that we were promised.
No.
So I think you'll find next year it's going to change again.
But that was at least what they said, about certainly what we heard. They said about the sale for the MPUV. They were thinking that year that we'd ruin their sale. They weren't going to make as much cash in terms of a sale and the MPUV because it was so cheap and available to everyone. Everyone bought it.
I'm an idiot. I said it to Sarah from it.
You dag.
Yeah. Still doing multiple things at once. Right. I don't know. What does chat think of this? Is this going to be a popular thing?
Yeah. Are we off our rocker when we say it's going to sell like hotcakes?
Or do you think it's got to hit at the right price point?
Well, you're both off your rockers, but I think it will sell like hotcakes.
Thanks, John.
I also think it'll also depend on the other Titan suits that come as well. So
yeah. Yeah, depending on the price.
Yeah.
I think I think it should be below 45. I think if 45 is the price of the mule.
Now, seeing it, I would revise my price of what I said, 65 max. I don't think it's going to be anywhere near there.
No, it should be 45 max, and that's still too much in my opinion.
I think it needs to be 25. It's smaller than the mule.
Yeah.
Like it's yeah. I think the cool factor though will put the price up, so it's maybe 35, maybe.
If it's 25, I'll buy one. If it has LTI, I'll buy a few, says Artec.
Yeah.
Yep. And I think if any, yeah.
Oh shit. No. Cut engines. I don't know what it was doing there, but I didn't like it. It's still spinning. Stop it.
So the mill's 45.
Yep.
The Aurora MR is 30 in store.
I love that crackle of the engines.
Yep. The ES is 20.
ES is 20. Well, that's the cheapest.
The Aurora ES is $20, but you know, that's probably where I put it.
Yeah.
And that's it. Yeah. Actually, what can you buy the Grey Cat?
Grey Cat's 15.
BTV.
It was 15 when it was sold. Because I'd also argue that it's in that league.
Yep. The FTV is 40, but the Rock DS is 75. That'd be the absolute most you could ever consider for it, and I don't think it rates in that.
No. Well, I don't even think it rates at a mule after I've seen it.
No.
It's tiny.
It's yeah.
Where the hell? Oh, there.
I think the price of a mule is the absolute max they can charge for it, and I think that's overpriced. 25 war bond, 45 overall. Some people are saying, and I hope it's $20 war bond. And
25, 45 overall. So between 25 to 45 is essentially what.
Yeah,
I'd agree with that. That's a
I would
pretty
hope it's
level-headed-
$20 war bond and $25.
Yeah.
Because that makes it cheaper than an Aurora MR. But I even think an Aurora ES is still better than it.
Oh, obviously it's a ship.
Yep. And so an Aurora ES at $20, you know, yep. And I think but then when you look at the MPUV,
He said, "Yep," but who are you replying to?
sorry, Ben said, no, not Ben. Zakti in YouTube said prime example. He said going on his price value $25, $30, $35x. He said prime example MPUV IT was 40, 45 credit. Yeah, and when you look at the price of the MPUV I think was 35 and 45. Let's have a look. Let's see if I can remember. Let's see if I remembered right. MPUV. So MPUV cargo was 35 and the MPUV personal was 40.
It's not.
So-
It's not working now. It was working, but now
It's broken.
I think the server might have died because I can't even get out of the ship.
Did you try Y?
Yep, that's what
Okay.
I'm smashing.
Yep. And server is about to die. So thank you for joining us for the PTUV and this show of the Argo Atlas.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know what to do here.
I'd call this I think the Atlas should be the Atlas. It should have been the Grey Cat Atlas, Hercules, or
Yeah.
But yeah.
So I am still curious to see what this second arm is. And if you think about it, if you are picking up a big box, right, doesn't that just stop the box when it hits it?
Yep. Possibly.
So it's just essentially a catch-all glove. That's why it looks like a foot.
Because it does look like a. Can you zoom in to the front of that?
What do you mean?
Well, on the pad, but not the tractor beam, because it does look like there's a warning pad down the bottom. And
There
is
we
there
go,
any?
server
No, you
error.
can't.
See?
You can't do anything at the
I can't do
moment.
shit,
No.
Algared. Can't do
Yep.
shit! And that also means I failed the mission. This is the
Yep.
worst thing
Oh,
about
no.
testing. I had to restart a few times because you'd
Yep.
fail a cargo hauling mission and your rep would go bad. And it
Yeah,
was
but that's
hard
the
testing.
nature of
No,
testing.
I
That's
don't-
why.
That's what I meant. That was getting your rep back to positive was a nightmare.
Yeah, but that's why when I was testing loading, I just went up to on Crusader. I just go up and buy a whole pile of rubbish, just scrap, load it on my ship, practice that. Oh yeah, okay.
But that's
Unload
the
it.
intelligent. That's the intelligent thing to do, though, isn't it, Al?
Well, it's old age experience, yeah.
Yeah. This is the thing.
Then I don't have to leave my hangar. I can just do things. Although strike, the hangars do get absolutely murderously noisy when there's someone else in doing stuff in them, because there's that shared sound area which makes it difficult. So
Zakti's saying the left arm is identical to the raft's collision panels. Yeah, which would make sense because
Yep.
they're Argo as well. Yeah.
yep. All right, so I'm going to suggest you kill the bot because we're at 8:40
Right.
and we've still got lots of questions to answer
And the giveaway.
and the giveaway.
What do you normally do when you do a giveaway, mate?
Well, you normally do trivia questions, and I was going to ask you and Algared to come up with a trivia question, like message it between yourselves and come up with one, or get you to come up with one, but you've got to come up with one, John, that is globalistic, not just Brittany or about F1 or not Star Citizen related, and then we get someone to answer it. And it's going to be kind of tricky too, so it's hard to do. And me and Algared know this because we made up a lot of the questions, and we started going, shit, we need to make up more, and we had to brainstorm them and all that, because it's not easy to make a good question that's not too difficult but not too easy as well. So yeah, thank you for the subscription, Nasty Boogie.
Yeah,
tier 1,
always
8
appreciated.
months. Thank you.
Fantastic. Most
Anything about
appreciated.
purpose of well, see, that's what I'm starting to realize. I don't think the mule was really designed for cargo loading, Nasty. I said that earlier. I think it's been designed for the distribution centers, and that is where we first saw it. If you remember back in ISC, when they were showing it off, it was driving through the distribution centers.
It's like a little mailboy going through the different centers, points, and dropping stuff off. And yeah,
I think we're going to call it there because she don't look like she wants to transfer. I think she hard died.
She hard died.
Yeah,
that bit to you.
But
That's what you expect.
Algared, I think we've got today this week's episode.
Yeah, we've got a ship review.
Yeah, or a Titan ship review. Oh, we got a hype train going on Twitch. I didn't even see that. So yeah, thanks for the hype.
Oh, that's only just started.
Has it? Okay, I didn't notice it.
So, thank you guys for starting a hype train. Can we get it? Can we get it to go to a level 2? That would be interesting.
So we
don't go high that often.
I think we got up to the highest we ever got was like a level 7, is what I saw. But again, I don't know much about Twitch. Anyway,
I don't know how to do hype trains or what they do, but yeah.
Yeah. We'll either have a look at the Titan suit in a episode, or we'll what's the other one I want to talk about? Was the new website. That was the other one I was thinking about doing. So we might do a bit of both, like combine an episode or something like that. Yeah, it's going crazy. What's it?
Congrats, we've just made level 2 hype train.
Man, it does all these confetti shit all over my screen. It's weird.
Yeah.
Thank you for. Oh man, he did 5 tier subs. Cloud. These are all from Nasty Boogie. He gave it to Cloud 88, Captain Fish Sticks, Ubu, and Mr. Blarg and Jalamar. Sounds like that Gallimar from Temple of Doom. Gallimar.
So my question are Ubu the Art Corp Ubu girls? That's for you, John.
What was this?
Ubu.
What's that? Ubu.
Ubu. Are they Art Corp Ubu girls or Yoo-hoo girls? Ubu girls?
Ubu is not.
Right. Just checking that Ubus aren't like Uwus. So,
well, what's an Uwu?
An Uwu? Well, it's a United Workers Union, but Execute's telling me they're Uwu girls, so.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Oh, we're up to a level 4 already. Or starting towards level 4, so. Every trip is gifting 5 tier 1 subs to Inforunners. Thank you, Shinobi Trip.
Yeah. All right. I just gifted Dafty's Valentine's Day chip, so check your email, Dafty Digit, for the shirt, because we only got about 5 or 6 submissions, and it was just on a different level compared to everyone else's by another whole league.
So Billionaire Ninja has a question for us.
Yep. I'm just going to be buying that thing to give away. So
yep. So what is the smallest ship you think is worth spending real money on?
A starter ship, quite honestly.
If you're just starting the game.
Yep.
Whatever
gets you the game, literally.
The cheapest ship that appeals to you, that gives you the game.
Yeah. But again, if you then go into Pacific ships, it would be the cutter, like a lot of people are saying in Twitch.
Cutter or Avenger, whose ships I'd look at starting with.
Man, it's really funny.
Is better than the cutter.
It's really funny seeing.
Storage on the cutter.
It's really funny seeing the names come up of some of the ships, because we've done some for you guys when we go away. We've done some ship scrutinies, so you look forward to those coming, and some of those we do talk about. Sorry, John, what you were saying?
I think that what cargo does the cutter have compared to the Titan?
The cutter's got 4 and the Titan's got 8, I believe.
Yep.
Is it 8 or 12?
No, 12 is the
12 is the MPUV, not the MPUV,
the 315p.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I'll double check, but I'm pretty sure it's 8
I'm
SCU.
already on the page, so I'll double check those.
Yeah. Capacity.
But yeah, I'm pretty certain the Avengers 8.
8. Yeah, it's 8. It is 8.
Late.
Yeah. So it's double the cargo capacity of the Avenger, but also you're at a higher price point. I think it's like an extra $15. But again, if you're going into cargo, you'd go for the 815p, which is the same price. So yeah.
Well, if you're just getting into the game, my personal feeling is the Titan is one of the best ships to start with because you can do nearly everything in there.
There's a whole bunch of things, right? The Titan has been recommended for so long, but we're now starting to see that, especially with cargo coming in, not everyone's going to want to go into combat, right? And the cutter leans towards that, but also, like, even you've brought it up several times, John, the Nomad, and I'm telling you, in that patch, the cargo patch, I used the Nomad a lot. It was really good because a lot of the cargo missions were 9 SCU or 11 SCU, and you start to look at the ships that you can do that with,
And
you can't do it with any other advanced starter other than the 315p, and the 315p can't do the bigger boxes, but the Nomad can. The Nomad has, so the advantage that came clear to me with the Nomad was it's not how much cargo it takes. That's obviously an advantage, right? But it's the fact that it's all external and it can take bigger boxes. That's the real big ticker, right? Because now we're seeing these smaller ships. Yes, it might have 12 SC of cargo, but it's all flat packed in one level.
Yeah. And so if you can't take a bigger box, then you're limited in what you can you can take.
Even the cutter, though, the cutter can only take 4, but it's stacked.
Yeah.
So you could take one bigger box type of thing, especially if you can turn it sideways. But you get my point. Yeah. Right.
Yeah, and it's rock capable, as Laveth said.
Yeah. But, you know, so, yeah, we'd always go, like, I think these days the cutter is the better of the starter ships just because it is so well-rounded.
What it is? Read that Twitch chat. How insulting. He goes, this is from Frax Kensu, who says, yeah, Algared looks like my PhD colleague advisor. Yeah, sounds good. Then he starts talking about me. Execute looks like the guy that rides the back side of the dump truck on Mondays. I stand on the back.
Well, you know.
But you guys have such great takes. Keep up the great content. So he pulls it back at the end. All right, so we got a hype chest. I don't know what that means, but let's open it. Let's see what it says.
Hype chest. Ooh, hype chest on the way.
We got some. That's what we
got.
got.
An emoji?
I don't know. We got some. I'm going to share it. That's what we got. It says click share. It's a choo-choo train emoji.
It's a choo-choo emoji.
Yeah,
okay.
It sparkles. It sparkles.
Sparkles.
I prefer this one though, if you're on Twitch. The one, this one. This is my favorite animated one that we made. There you go, that one. Of Crit's doing this.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Magic hand wave, yeah.
Yeah. Right.
So, yes.
So how are we going to give away this goodies bag as we get into the end? We've got like 12
Have you got a roulette wheel with everybody's name on?
It doesn't work. It doesn't. I can't do both channels at the same time, John. You're coming back to things that we've already got. So we've got to do it manually. And the first person to answer, we'll get the first person on Twitch and the first person on YouTube. And then the first person that we see answer it, they can call heads or tails and I'll do a coin. Because that's the fairest way to do it. We'll go back to the old gambling method.
What do people think was the outlier manufacturer that could have produced the Titan suit?
Oh, that Algared thought it was. There we go.
Yep.
Yeah.
The outlier one that I thought it could be.
Yep. And if you watch our streams, you would know that if you'd watched in the last 2 weeks.
And you
who's the first person to get it? No. Man, you do not watch us enough. You can see all the shills coming out, all the freebie people coming out. Come on, Lena Maria. You people that watch all the time. John, you can't enter your own giveaway. Shut up. Kruger, missed. Nobody's getting it right.
People, a lot of people do know me.
Yeah.
But no, it's not. It's certainly not Kruger.
No. The question was, what was the manufacturer that Algared thought the Titan suit was going to be?
Could
And
be.
we did, could be, and
Could
we talked
be.
about it. Do I give him a clue, Algared? It was
Yeah, you can give him a
it
clue.
was the back of the Jump Point magazine. This month.
Yep.
The last page. Which now everyone's looking up the
Yep. That's why we just stopped.
Give them about 30 seconds and then they'll go find it.
And then we'll get a spam.
Yep. They're gonna spam. Nope.
Nope.
Just to Right is the
Nope,
closest because
nope,
that was
nope,
close,
nope,
but it's
nope.
not it. I'll give you another clue. It starts with. No, I won't. I won't give you that. That'll give it away.
That's too much of a clue.
Yeah, it's too much of a clue.
Go on, how?
Hey, we got one there.
There we go,
Ermax
we got one.
420. Right, we're just waiting for someone on YouTube to get it now. And it'll probably be Ermax 420 because you'll jump over there and type it in there as well. Well, you could do that. If you hear me, Ermax, jump over there and type it on YouTube as well, and you win outright. You don't flip a coin. There we go. Zactix.
No,
Zac, yeah.
is there.
Yep, Zactix got it. All right, so we've got
And then
Zactix versus Ermax. I'm going to have to get a coin.
So
now.
I'd read the jump point, and the last page usually is a sneak peek of something to come, and they had Kovlex in the yellow with their tagline basically saying, "We know how to move your cargo."
I've probably got it here and I can open it for you.
And I thought, gee, is that a hint that Kovlex are actually the manufacturer? If we were looking at a new manufacturer, so
This
it wasn't saying I thought it was definitely, but it was certainly one that I thought with enough rope to hang ourselves.
Yeah, as they usually do. It's just loading now that I get it up. Yeah, here we go. I'll let that load. But this is the last page of the jump point when it loads. So that's because, again, as Algared said, it usually gives away what they're tipping at, and orange and yellow are the cargo loading colors.
And then there was that line that, Kovlex knows how to handle your shipment and get it there in time. And I thought, handling cargo?
All right, Mr. Man, I've got a 50-cent coin here from Australia, which is a big hexagon type of thing. We've got the Queen's head on one side, so we call that heads, and the other side is tails. What would you like?
Crest. That's the Australian crest, if you're wondering what it was.
That's tails.
Yeah, that's tails, and that's heads. Right? So what do you want, man? 420? Do you want heads or tails? We'll do it best of 3. We'll make it a bit of a little competition, so it's at least fair. So you get to pick the first one, and then Zach gets to pick one, and then you get to pick one. So he wants tails. All right, here we go.
The coat of arms.
And we have tails. So we got it. All right, Zacix, you're one behind now. What do you want, heads or tails? Zadik, we're waiting on you. Heads or tails? Heads or tails? We're going to wait like 10 seconds till he gets it. Heads or tails, Zadix? Come on, Zach. He wants heads.
He wants heads.
All right, and he got tails, which means he loses, because 2 wins go to Ermax, so Ermax wins.
So Ermax gets the digital pack.
Unlucky, Zacix. But yeah.
Yep.
But if you're at CitizenCon, I'll buy a drink. So find me, and I'll buy a drink if you're there. Right.
So we've done that one.
Consolation prize.
Edmund doesn't want it.
Give it to Zach as he doesn't want it. After all that, you don't want it? You son of a... Do you already have one? Do you already have one, Erman? Do you already have one, Erman? Is that why you don't want it? All right, Zach, get in contact with me via Discord and send me your email, man. Yeah, yeah. You're like, nice. See, Twitch can be nice to YouTube, and YouTube can be nice to Twitch. We all get along here. It's great. See, John? You don't have to fight. You've already got it. Yeah, I assumed you did. Right, Zadik, have you already got it as well, or... Shoot me your email on Discord if you can get in touch with me. We'll get that sorted out. It's the... Yep. I'm getting messages from people that are realizing the Titan suits are on the thing. Okay, this is the image that Lemming sent us. I'll just bring that up. I did forget about this. But yeah, big footprints on the ramp.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
That is pretty cool. And I can imagine that in the snow and the desert and all that stuff. So yeah.
Now, one last question before you go, then. With this pack.
All right. Apparently no one wants the Digi Goodies pack. All right, so I'll just keep it. Fine, that's fine. No worries. I'll just keep it. I'll give it to myself. Right. Yeah. All right.
What do you think the 2 surprises are going to be?
What 2 surprises, John?
The ones in the
does it-
pack.
The ones in the pack.
Oh, usually they're redacted in their ships. That's why they're redacted.
On them, there's a couple of them being made at the venue.
Yeah.
So
So we'll go along and make sure they're like Australian flared. We'll be like, no, it needs to look more like.
Zerek said, give me.
No, he didn't. He did not say that, John.
you don't need one, John.
You've already
Zerek
got
said-
one. I know you've already got
No,
one.
no, he's saying it for himself.
Zerek's, yeah, but that's not Zerek's. The other guy is called Zakix. Just because their name starts with Z does not mean they're the same person, John. Learn to read.
I know it's not the same person. He wants to know if you'll give it to him.
You don't let old people mix with technology, Algared. This is what happens, you see.
Well,
They don't know what they're doing.
Listen to what I said.
I'm not listening to what you
asked
said.
if you could give it to him.
No, I'm not giving it to him just because he says. If I did something everyone told me to do, I'd be dead.
You would.
The number of heels I would have jumped off for shit. All right. Oh man, 2 of you is too much. Two old people is too much. And surprisingly, you're the behaved one, Algared. That's the scary thing. Algared's the behaved one.
Yeah, because I'm.
How old are you, Al?
I'm 53. I'm young. No, 57.
So you.
I'm even forgetting. See what the state
You're
hospital.
baby.
Yeah,
Here we go. Oh god,
Yeah,
I
anyway,
can't
Citizen Ninja.
imagine what Citizen Con's going to be like.
Citizen Ninja had a question. So I'm going to try and race through a couple of these. Quick.
How many got
These are going
left?
to be
We don't
a
have
page.
Yeah.
So I'm going to go through these about that. Yeah.
Oh wow!
Give or take.
Hang on, someone just linked me this. We do need to look at this real quick because it's poignant. I do apologize for the whiteness, but it is a PNG. But yeah, just to right link this. Look,
Skins.
so yeah, they're definitely selling it. That confirms the selling part. 100%. What's your
selling
favorite?
it?
What's your favorite one there? Believe it or not, the blue one takes my fancy.
Blue.
Yeah, I don't know why.
Without
but
a
it
shadow of
does.
a doubt.
Yeah. I don't
The
know
blue
why.
does
It
take
just
the
looks
fancy.
it just looks more industrial than the others for some reason.
Well,
I just
you've
like
got
the colour.
look, they've got Command Yellow.
Mm.
They've got Science Red, Science Blue. Where's the Engineering Red? Sorry,
Well,
just
the other thing with the blue one is the highlights of the seat also make the blue pop.
Yeah.
Where you'll notice there's orange. They haven't done this redone the seats on
the
any
others-
of them.
the others are just-
Yeah,
yeah.
but the orange works with the blue.
Anyway,
Oh.
Citizen Ninja has a question. We're going to try and get through these fairly quick, smart as we can.
Yep.
So I'll just ask you each to give a quick answer. So, which ship do you think will get the new pirate skin this month? Skull and Crossbones Silver Meridian. X.
Hang on, I'm doing stuff. So ask
Hang on.
John.
I don't know. I haven't got a pirate skin for any of my ships, so I don't care.
Didn't you ask that
Hang
question
on,
already
hang on.
about the pirate ships?
No.
He did. Yeah.
No, he did, but I'm going to pass on that because I'm not really bothered about skins.
Yeah. Someone's talking to Algared. He said, which ships do you think will get a new pirate skin month? Skull and Crossbones and Silver Meter. And he asked that already. So we talked about that already. Citizen Ninja said, how much USD do you think that the power loader? We talked about it as well. So $25 to $45. I posted a link in the Inforunners general chat.
Yeah.
Do you think word about?
We've already done that.
Yeah, already done that. So Shinobi Trip says, do you think that the Atlas Titan suit will be coming with CitizenCon or Invictus? It's definitely CitizenCon. Look at the skins. It's in the latest patch. It's going towards, it could even be a 4.0 thing. So before then or afterwards. Ryan E, will the Redeemer ever get a med bed in the modular room? It wasn't planned, but never say never. But yeah. Axis says, you think that there will be a different manufacturer who produce Titan suits? Absolutely. Well, for example, Argo are not going to make a cargo variant, are they? Do you think the new exosuit, this is the one I was talking about before, will be able to do EVO, Gravlex, reclaim the cutter only exosuit? So I totally expect that this is probably the thing that'll go into the Redeemer. I really do now, Algared. I think you'd be with me on that. I can totally see
the
this.
Reclaimer.
Yeah, the Reclaimer.
Yeah.
Just
Just making sure people understood.
Yep, absolutely. Because it'll be used to move the cargo around on the lifts and stuff like that. So probably reclaiming people will get one of these for free. The grab labs.
Yep.
Sorry, the thrusters. Yes, there will be other variants that are designed to work in space as well, but probably be more military based because it is a ground vehicle after all.
And I fully expect this to be, or a variant of this to be, what Reclaimer gets, just because it's Reclaimer heavily leveraged that Aliens vibe. This is pushing that Aliens vibe. So.
Yeah, absolutely. Dub Coyote says, with all the focus on the RSI and the speed of the Zeus release, do we think the Galaxy is T? He doesn't. It's like his question's been cut off. The Galaxy is the next ship to be worked on after the Polaris. They showed us this at the CitizenCon last year. Dub Coyote says, do you think with the focus on RSI, the Polaris by A seems that we think that the Galaxy is next? Yeah. Well, again. Yeah, he asked the same question again. And then he said, Herald modularity, question mark. You did talk about this briefly about the school bus thing, didn't you? Like a variant of the Herald? Yeah, I would never...
Yeah, well, we talked, I wouldn't mind seeing a Herald as a proper full-on racer. It was interesting, I was talking to Echo about the racing ships and whether how they compare to the Herald as racers in terms of tracks for the tracks like the Crux Cup, because for the last few years the Herald has just dominated. And he was saying, the new racing ships actually kick the Herald. The Herald is no longer going to be ruling the roost. So,
I've just turned off the bot, but someone asked in Twitch chat, Exo Walls asked, are you guys off to the street takeover event at the Friday before CitizenCon? Yes, we are. We both got tickets. We will be there. All right, Nova A42 says, where do I buy your shirt? Is it long to tuck into pants? I got no fucking idea. And this is not really for a merch for... if we make it available for people to buy, it'll be later. It won't be for... We're wanting... It was a t-shirt we made, or wanted to get made, for John Crew and the ship team. That's just what we wanted to do, because... It's the whole thing that his name is John Crew. He is the leader of the ship team. It just works on so many different levels. He's like the captain of the ship. There's just so many little jokes and entendres there that works so well with it. It was just like an opportunity that I couldn't pass up on, to make a shirt that says a part of John's crew, and people walk around with John Crew's face on it. So it was funny as hell.
And it's not an idea of crapping on John Crew or doing it. This whole thing is a tip of the hat and a thank you.
Yeah. A thank you is really what it is.
It's the concept behind it.
And it's a little bit of the Aussie thing, like taking the piss a little bit, but really it's a thank you with a jab. The old jovial Aussie jab. So it's not ripping John a new one. It's a hey, we're making fun of you because you're 45 and you're old. Like when I do with John, right? Well, these two, when I call them old, right? It's the same thing. It's just being jovial with them. It's not really.
It is.
I still think if we're not giving you shit as Aussies, we really don't like you. That's just how it is.
Don't like you.
Yeah.
As actually said, it's literally John's crew.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
Yeah.
We deliberately left the E on the end of Crew though, because his name's Crew. So we thought it again, because most people would look at, and you can tell, you'll be able to tell when someone doesn't know what it's about, because I've had several people that look like my friends that looked at the shirt and they went, "You spelt Crew wrong," and I went, "Yeah." I just left it because it means they don't know what they're talking about. They don't know who John Crew is. They don't know anything about it. So again, it kind of pulls who citizens are out. Because if you know it's spelt with an E, you're like, oh, well, it's John Crew. That's his actual name. So, yeah. Anyway.
What question did you have, Jock Cobb? He said he thinks he'd skipped my question.
No, we answered
we probably haven't reached it yet.
No, it's not there, but we none left by you. But we did a Jock Cobb question ages ago. But I also closed the bot, so if you asked one, we might have missed it. But yeah, ask it in chat, and if one of us see it, we'll grab it out. So, Bracer Phoenix says, "What happened?"
In answer to Nova's question, we have we're can I buy the shirt too?
I said afterwards if we ever do sell it.
So if you want to buy one, buy
Don't
two.
say anything that we haven't confirmed yet, Algared. So don't.
Yeah, I'm saying if you want to buy two, once we know the price, one for the ship team, and one for yourself. We'll get the ship team ones first, and then we'll send you yours later.
We're going to organise all that first, so we're going to
Yep.
have a talk about that today. Because more than likely, John is the one that's going to have the money sent to him. Do you trust that motherfucker? I don't. No,
Excuse me.
yes, I'm talking about you.
If his name is Will Scarlett, no.
Yeah.
You know.
But excuse me, have I already got some of your money in my bank?
Yeah, no. I'm just
He's not-
again. I'm suffering with you. I've got to be on my best behaviour now, or he's going to rob me blind. Right.
His name's not Judas, so we're okay.
Yeah. So yeah, I
Brace
will.
the Phoenix.
Sorry.
Oh, sorry, go on.
What was
No, go on. I was going to do Brace the Phoenix question, but go on.
Yeah.
Keep going.
So again, if we do something, that's probably how it's going to happen. Is people will send money to John, and the shirts will all get made near John because we've got to travel there. So we're going to get John to essentially get them made at a t-shirt printing shop, and then we'll give them to people at the thing. But here's the problem: if you're from the States and you want a shirt. You see where this comes in? I'm going to have to get them made somewhere in the States and then delivered to you. And I don't know all those costs. That's the inherent problem. And that's why I don't want to kind of commit to you buy one for yourself, you give one to the CIG, because that becomes a really tricky slope.
The postage issue does become an issue, and it's quite expensive.
And again, I would have to go to, say, someone like SA, and SA would have to make them in... Where's he? Carolina or whatever. And if you're in LA, you can see where I'm going with the postage costs. So we have to talk to people in the background before we commit to anything.
Yeah, I could see. Yeah, I'll talk to you after.
Yeah.
Anyway, Brace the Phoenix says, "What happened with Grav left? The Grav left Candy. Does that mean Cargo Loader replaced it?"
No, the caddy's still there because they had it in one of the missions, didn't they? So, as I said, multiple different technologies.
Yep, it's that different tech for different purposes. Can Execute put on those sunglasses and say, "We're in the pipe"?
Yeah, I can do that. I can absolutely do that. I've even got the voice for it. Hang on.
That should be a super chat as well for those privileges.
Right, let me get in character.
Get into character.
We're in the pipe, 5x5. No, that's not right. I did it like an American. We're in the pipe, 5x5. I gotta do it like a female. Anyway, you get the idea.
Yep. Yep.
Right. We're in the pipe.
He's got something rested on his testicles there with that high voice.
Yep.
Yeah.
Possibly. Soren Tutu and Yogi says, "Do you think we will see the release of the Polaris at CitizenCon 2024? I believe that's what we're aiming for. Wasn't it? That's what they.
It is a. Yeah, you're right. Not CitizenCon. Anyway, Sol Galaxia says, "Have you guys looked at the sneak peek for this week?" No, we haven't. So let's do that real quick. Do you want to do the next question?
Yep. And their next question is, are these headlights? It's a question. It follows on.
From the sneak peek, obviously, we'll have a look.
And Jack Mason says, "Does the Atlas have thrusters for outer space movement?" It didn't look like it did.
No, but I think eventually Titan suits will.
I think there'll be variants that have that. I wouldn't be surprised if they have variants that have magnetic boots and clamps and other stuff. So yeah. Randy Durnell says, "Does it have lights? Can you squat?" No, you can't squat. It didn't have lights either.
This is just the Titan suit. This sneak peek is just the Titan suit from another angle. It's the back. I literally just looked at it in game.
Yep.
That's
the Titan suit in back.
There's no headlights there. That's the back.
Yep. That's probably where the battery pack will go.
That's the arm on the right hand side. That's kind of where the components come out, and that's the left hand side, and that's the add on the butt. Like I saw this earlier. So I don't know what you mean about headlights. I think that's just how it's been lit with a light. I don't see any lights there, but right.
Yeah. So Randy Durnell's question: "Do they have lights?" No. Can you squat? We found out no, you can't. But when you get out, you go into the squat position if you've tried.
I think it's a very early work in progress because there was some weird issues with the animations. Are really nice though. As you probably saw, and you can go back and look at it on stream.
So Randy Durnell had another question: "Is the Titan suit tractor beam more powerful than the rifle tractor beam?"
Don't know yet, but we told it can pick up 32 SCU containers, and the way it loads and unloads
It seemed really.
is really good. Like I just
It seemed
using
really
it.
quick and easy.
Yeah, it definitely speeds it up. I actually almost hope they have a mode like that on the normal tractor beams, like loading mode or something.
And that was what you saw on stream was first look. That was our first experience looking at it and even using it. So,
but Algared's got to get in and look at it, and then I want to have more of a look at it too, and then we'll probably talk about it on the weekend, and we might even chuck in the website as well.
Yep.
What are we down to now, Mr.
Stunner?
Yep.
Or
So it
Mr.
says,
Stunner.
Stunner. Mr. Stunner says, do you think this is important of the upgrades to all tractor beams, even the SRV? Again, I think it's more tailored at the loading, unloading thing. Because what happens if you pick up a ship or a refrigerator or a person? Like it changes on what you're doing. So I think it's tailored to what that thing's designed around cargo loading. Artemis TMG says, with the animations.
Before you go into that one, I'll go to Citizen Ninja's comment because they actually say that looking at the tractor gun, the tractor beam, and the rifle strap, they're going to be balanced down eventually, and I think they've got it right. They're going to reduce those down to balance everything out down the track.
Well, again, it was like the original tractor beam could almost lift everything, and now now there's two of them. Again, tier 0, and as they add more in, they balance
things out
and tweak them.
Yeah.
Right,
so 100% what you said.
Artemis TMG says, with the animations of the ATLS working, do you guys want to see Metal Gear, Rex, Gecko, ground vehicle? I think that's coming. I think we are going to get other Titan suits, essentially. Can you take the last question, Algared, when you're ready?
I'll chuck in from Twitch. ExoWall107 have a question. They said, do you think they will do different types of Titan suits like repair and small salvage? Yes, we actually talked about that earlier in the channel, or earlier in the show. So if you go back, you can actually watch the full discussion on that.
And we talked about a mining one.
We talked about pretty much everything. So, yep. So our thoughts are, yes, down the track there will be. Artemis TMG says, question, will the animations of the Atlas... with the animations of Atlas working, do you guys want to see? We've done that one. Yep. And Nasty Boogie says, do you think the Zeus will be jack of all trades, specialised in one thing, or just fall back to its competitors in individual aspects?
I missed the question because I'm doing two things.
So, do you think the Zeus will be a jack of all trades, or specialised in one thing, or or do you think it's just going to fall back?
There is no. Are you talking about the ship, the Zeus?
I believe he is.
Yeah, there's no base variant of the Zeus. That's what we concluded, didn't we?
Yep.
Remember?
Yep. So when
that's the thing that go ahead, Algared.
Yeah. So when you look at when we were looking at the Zeus and comparing it to all the competitors, one thing that really stuck out to us was whereas you got the Miss has got the Miss, and then the other variant, the Zeus didn't have that. It's got the combat variant, the cargo variant, and the exploration variant. There was no run-of-the-mill one, and that
took us a while to work out too, didn't it?
It took us a while because we're trying to work out where things balanced up, and then we started lining them up.
When we laid them all out, like you see in the video. It was called, I think it was called the Cutlass Killer or something like that was the name of the video, but it was the medium shift comparison video.
Yeah.
And when we laid them all out, they all had a partner. So even the Freelancer Max lined up with the Zeus CL. And when you went all through, then you realized there was 3 base variants of the Cutlass, the Spirit, and the Freelancer, but there was no base variant of the Zeus. Even if you count the Zeus ST, that's a different variant again.
Yeah.
So there's no default Zeus variant.
Yep.
Which was really strange.
That was the one. That was the thing that really stood out to us when we did that episode, as we kind of compared them. And so,
what's the base version of the Cutlass Black?
The Cutlass Black.
Yeah,
Cutlass Black.
Well, surely the C1 would be the base version then, because that's the cargo one, same as the Cutlass Black.
The C1 is a base variant. There's no base variant of the Zeus.
Oh, sorry, mate.
Yeah. The Zeus has an Explorer. Essentially, the CL is the Freelancer Max, right? And the Zeus ES is the Freelancer Der, and the Marky Mark is the Cutlass Blue.
Blue.
There is no default variant or no, just cargo variant. It's
Yeah.
really
So
strange.
and the Marky Mark lined up with the miss, the freelancer miss. So you just saw it all the way down, and you went, there's no straight base variant, and it was the thing that really stood out for us. Oh, you and I anyway. So
just real quickly on that point. What was his name? Zeno Openwe? I don't know how to pronounce it. It's Zen OPEW. Says ZooCL has insane SU for its size. Well, it's actually exactly the same as the Freelancer, minus 8 SCU. But on the CL, if you put that extra 8 cargo in, you can't get to the components to repair them. So do you take them or do you not?
Yep. And it's a great conundrum.
Yeah.
You actually, when you take that extra cargo, you throw away the advantage of internal components which you can repair.
Yeah. So I wouldn't take the SCU because you just never know what's going to happen, and it is only 8.
I'd use my loader. I'd load my ship, and I'd make sure I could get to those components. Give myself component access.
Yep. All right, we're going to raid Loken Plays, fellow Inforunner on Twitch. Let him know he's walking around in the Titan, so just say, "Avenge me, brother!" He'll know what you're talking about. Say, Execute said to avenge me, brother. And I want to see him this weekend. We'll play some Space Marine 2 as well. Yeah, tell him looking forward to playing Space Marine 2 with him. So, and I'll catch up with him soon. And we're going to buy him a drink at CitizenCon. So looking forward to seeing him in the flesh. All right, with that then, I'll get that all ready. Yeah, Twitch is doing its thing. It's gone slow today. Anyway, right. It's been really good having you guys here. It's been a stream all over the place, haphazard as hell, especially when John's here. He just it's like letting a cat loose in a damn mouse cage. It is, yeah, I don't know what else to put that. All right, Twitch say goodbye to YouTube. YouTube say goodbye to Twitch.
Bye, Twitch.
Hasta lasagna. They're out of here and they're off. All right.
Good night, everybody.
Yeah.
I hope you enjoyed yourselves.
Yes, thank you for that, John.
Yes, guys, I will endeavour to stay healthy.
Yeah, don't forget to like, subscribe,
That
ring that
would be a good
notification
idea.
bell, and thank you to those that went the extra mile on Patreon at the end of the video. Right. With that, then John, say goodbye. Oh wait, he's been Algared, voice in the voids, and the voice in the void's been John.
He's over there.
Yeah,
somewhere.
Say goodbye, John.
Good night, all. Have a good one.
I was expecting him to say good night, John. Yeah, that's what he usually does. All right, see you, citizens. Bye.
Take care.
This is why I can't have nice things. You two are terrible. I'm going to make you sit in the corner. You know that, right?